Alright guys, finally, these scheduled streams for some reason every single time take too much time to start, and I will need to put it down a little bit more because of the lightning, I think. Yeah, you are first, Venti, welcome, wait a second. Oh. Never mind. Yeah. Act 2 of the Archon quest today. Definitely something interesting just because of Capitano and the Pyro Archon, which we are not just going to see, but we are going to experience her battle style, and we will probably hear a little bit more of her voice, so it should be interesting, to say the least. Yeah, welcome to myself, yeah. Before we... Oh, come on, just don't talk. Before we start with all of that, we will try to get few good artifacts. Just because we have a lot of time to spend before everyone comes. And even if they don't come, I don't know, it doesn't really matter. We are going to try to get the sand, HP sand with double crit. Yeah, I got that. Few people already told me that the Act 2 is amazing, so I have high hopes for the Act 2. And just because Fontaine Archon quests were so amazing, I don't actually think that they made a step back in Natlan. But we will have to wait to see. But yeah, I honestly believe that they didn't make a step back. Okay.
Settle down. The tides beckon.
Yesterday I did get few good artifacts, but nothing too special, so I really hope that I will get a good sand, solid one, the usable one. I don't really need this. And I know that I did say that I will make a stream yesterday, but I was just feeling so tired, and yeah, it wouldn't be anything good. It would end up being disaster, so I just skipped it and posted that I will have it today.
Bow your head.
And bam!
The tides beckon.
We also have so many story quests to cover, so there's just going to be so many streams this month. It's going to be crazy. Oh my goodness. Why didn't you change the attack and the HP? Although, maybe I will find someone who is going to use it. But come on, stop giving me Furina artifacts. I want, you know, for my novelette. Okay.
Lay to bear.
Settle down. Huh.
Yeah, I get
Be
that.
humble.
It's in the beginning and at the end of the year, every single time the same story, so I understand it. And crap.
Transfix.
Silence. Be sanctified.
Okay. Come on, please. Give me something good. And oh, but I need HP percent. If I don't get HP percent, it's not going to be good. In just a second. Yeah, let's talk Genshin, yeah. Enough school and everything else.
Settle down. The tides beckon.
Okay, nice. Almost full HP every single time. And we will get... Nice, but I need crit damage.
Overruled.
16k, 666 damage. Like those for real.
Bow your head.
I love just leaving my hands from the keyboard and mouse and still destroying absolutely everyone. Welcome Naruto, nice to see you both today from the beginning of the stream.
Silence. Be sanctified.
And if we get even Takato here and Sap and maybe even someone else, then it's going to be amazing. I hope that everyone is going to be free and I will need HP percent. But okay, I will roll it just in case to see how good or bad is it going to be.
Transfix.
And by the way, we can do
The tides beckon.
we can do the Strongbox. Just because I farmed a little bit more, so we can see if I'm going to get anything. But I just remembered that I will have a separate stream about farming for Navillet. So I guess I will save Strongbox for that one. We will have these 10 and then we will have 5 condense and then we will have probably 380 resin plus today is Sunday, so it means we will have 60 more from the Serentia and maybe that's it. Just maybe, big maybe. We will see. Probably we're still going to get 2 more fragile resin because I think that I don't know which level am I. 25 in the battle pass and I can get to 26. So I collect this one, but we need 35. And if I do some of these things, then we are close. You see, 2 levels from this, or even 3, because we are so close to finishing this one. So yeah, we are probably going to spend like 1500 resin in a single stream. So we will see. HP send, double crit. I hate you. Beta C2. I'm not really sure. I mean, I'm making guide for absolutely every single character in the game. But honestly, no. I'm not ever going to use her, although you can build her to be good. And I've seen some amazing teams and some amazing builds, but in the end, how much time and effort do you need to make her that good? To make her in the category with, let's say, Miko or Raiden or someone like that. Because how much time and resources do you need? You know, is it worth it? That's the only question. And I will say no, you have Raiden, you don't need to build Beidou. But she can be useful in some scenarios, and why defense? Give me HP and give me another crit. Anyways, if he's not going to give me HP sand, at least give me hydro damage bonus goblet, right? I mean, I'm not asking for that much. Okay. And collect. Yeah, we went over 500 subs. Well, it was, I think it was maybe even 2 months ago, and yeah, thanks. We are on the road to 1K now. So, a little bit too far at the moment, but we will get there. We will get there. That's it from the artifacts, although we are going to upgrade them now. Let's see.
Add Astra.
Add Astra.
Thank you for completing.
Thank you for completing daily commissions.
Add Astra.
Okay. Let's see. Yeah, I need to upgrade these two as well. And this one is just for testing, so I'm going to leave it. And let's see if I'm going to get crit on this one. You see, I have quite few artifacts at the moment. Let's just do it like this. And I did get it. Oh! Oh! I did get it. But on both of them I don't have HP. Although I have attack on this one. Wait a second. I have... yeah. It's going to be hard to, you know, to be better than that one. And even better than this one, it's going to be hard in the end to get that. Phone is fully charged. Wait a second. Okay. Now, next artifact that we have to upgrade is going to be none of these ones, but we have this one. Let's see what can we get, and we got HP percent. Is it even possible? Wow, I'm impressed. No, disgusting. And I don't have artifacts to throw. Come on. We need to destroy some of the artifacts. This is what? This is only 34, right? Yeah, only 34. 32. Let's drop them. Next on the list to destroy, just because I don't need them, like really don't need them, and this one is not that good, so throwing that one away too. This one is a little bit better, and this one is solid as well. Okay, only Ganyu is using these sets, so not that I'm really impressed with anything. Defense. 32 again, but maybe someone is going to need energy recharge. Or no, why would anyone need? I don't have anyone else who will use energy recharge, I think. This one is good, let's say good. This is okay, but I'm not going to use the HP one on anyone else because I switched back with my Navilet, so I don't know. Catching with the K. Please, catching with the K. I think I don't have artifacts on her, so okay, what else will I throw away? Okay, I'm going to leave these ones for the novelette just to make a video about comparing it, nothing else. These ones are okay. I'm not going to throw those ones. Defense. Fast equip. Wait a second. Whoa. Whoa. No, what was it? Oh, it was it the goblet? I got so confused. Yeah, it was goblet. It was goblet. I'm so stupid. Nah, not problem, but I'm just saying, you know. Okay, see you soon. Kokomi is the best healer in the game, that's definitely. So to get her, that's going to be a good option, and you can't regret it, but you know, at the same time, do you really need her? Okay, this one is 18 plus 8, so 26. We will throw that one away because only Novelette is using this set. I'm going to put something else on the other ones. And now we can also get this. I mean, why not? And this is 102. I hope that he is saving that too. And save the X. Oh, okay. Thank you. And I do it like in forward. I cannot. Okay. Anyways, let's upgrade the artifacts now. We have defense. We don't care about that. Yeah, 34 plus 9%. 35 plus 9% HP, so definitely not even close. Let's see. Bam! Everything except crit. Why? Why troll? Okay. This one. Oh wow, it's not even going to be max level. Wow. This is amazing. And one more into HP. Come on. Welcome the nameless person. But in the end, this is not so good. Just because I got the flat attack once, and just because I needed to roll HP, it really didn't end up good. Although I needed to roll crit damage here as well, but you know, 3.5% HP difference, and I'm losing energy recharge and losing so much crit. In the end, it's not worth it. Although it's funny to see that I ended up getting into HP almost everything, but not really useful in the end, unfortunately. Oh, Denny! Welcome! Is this even going to be good? Nah. Let's throw it away. Healing bonus one I did get in the... Was it in the last stream, or was it from the... off the stream when I was collecting artifacts, when I was farming them? I'm not really sure. Anyways, it ended up being terrible, so we are skipping it. This one is disgusting as well. Which one is locked? Let's see. Physical damage bonus. Maybe something good, just maybe. And absolute trash. Although I can get a little bit more crit, but it's not even going to be close to 40, and I have 40 crit value pieces already. And yes, it is just good pieces for the physical damage bonus, because I don't get on anything else. What just happened? Never mind. Let's just upgrade all of them and see just how terrible they are going to end up being. Already getting tired. Okay, this one is actually the... I would say that this is maybe the best one so far that we rolled. Welcome, Takato. Nice to see all of you in the same time on the stream. And maybe... is he going to allow me... No, he doesn't allow me to salvage these ones. The plus 17 and plus 16 ones. Come on. And let's see if we are going to get crit. No, you stupid idiot. Why do you need to give me defense? Why? And not you, but you. If I get crit damage, this one is going to be better, but you know, this is just complete overkill, so some other time. But now, ladies and gentlemen, we are continuing with the Archon quest. And what... okay, he's just 50 million times he is just telling me that I have something else to complete. And I did collect few things over here through this area, so this is kinda completed, this small section out of whole Natlan that we have at the moment, which is not actually that big. But yes, I collected only those things there. Double Naruto. Come on, guys. Wait a second. Oh god, is it really on the top of this? Anyways, and we have these things, the music ones, which is cool that we got the option to have them, but I'm not really spending that much time in Serentia, and I really hate that we have limit still when it comes to building in Serentia, so you know. Not really a fan of that. I really wanted to build something amazing in Serentia, and then I had that limit.
Paimon feels like a whole new Paimon after those 2 days in the hot springs. The Abyss kind of threw a wrench in our relaxation, though.
I can see that you are the same as always.
Still, spending time here really has felt like a vacation. The Kaholosaurs are so nice and so fun to play with. Their bellies are super bouncy. Oh, and Atea's snacks were so delicious. She gave Paimon some for the road just this morning, actually.
What was she up
Yeah,
to?
I had some kids who got caught throwing stones in the hot springs, so not much has changed since we first met her.
Hey, you guys. Sleep well last night?
Yep, this area is
Perfect.
so nice.
Glad you like it. I was thinking of taking you guys out to do some sea fishing. Later tonight, we can eat whatever we catch. Fresh fish is absolutely delicious right off the grill.
Fresh fish?
Yeah? What do you need?
The team sent out to fight in the Night Warden Wars has returned.
And
Oh.
Kachina? Is she back as well?
Kachina fell in battle.
What?
But don't worry, the team was victorious, so the Rite of Resurrection will be held in the stadium soon.
That's a relief. The Abyss is cunning, and it was her first time. Mistakes are bound to happen.
Exactly.
I
She
don't know,
deserves to hold her
Naruto.
head up
I
high.
don't know.
Alright, thanks for letting me know.
And I still don't understand
out,
all of these resurrections.
Jeez, she sounded a little anxious there. Had me thinking it was bad news for a moment.
How is it
Lordy,
possible that only
you said the
Natlan
Abyss
has
was
the
cunning just
resurrection
now, but it seems
option,
the Abyss
like
just
the
wants to
eternal
destroy
fire?
everything.
And when it comes
Think about all those
to
monsters that attacked
Sumeru,
your tribe.
you
If
know,
there really was some sort of cunning
the
plan,
region of
wouldn't it make more
living
sense to send them
and
to attack
plants
Capitano and her
and
small
growing, and
team?
they don't
Not
have
that Pyro wants
resurrection,
them to
but
be in any more
Natlan
danger. It's
has
just
strange,
Relax,
a little
I
bit
get it.
strange.
The Abyss is
Put
difficult to
camera a
understand,
little
that's
bit
for sure.
down.
At a glance, it certainly seems like the only goal is total destruction. The Abyss isn't a living entity after all, so what capacity for logic or planning could it possibly possess? But through our long history of fighting the Abyss, we've realized things aren't quite so simple. 500 years ago, the Abyss invaded Tevat. You know about that, right?
During the age of Khaenri'ah.
That's right. Khaenri'ah suffered greatly during that time. But so did every other nation in Tevat. And Natlan was the worst affected of all. It took the combined efforts of the then Pyro Archon and heroes from every tribe to finally repel the Abyss. Even so, the effects of the invasion lingered for hundreds of years, only able to be reversed little by little. Our tribe's waters were contaminated. The Children of Echo's territory was overrun by dangerous sludge surging from underground. Unrelenting black winds tore across the lands of the Flower Feather clan. It was like each disaster was designed for a specific tribe.
Paimon, the god of time. So the Abyss understood the foundation of each tribe.
Exactly. We once thought that the Abyss's desire for destruction was a sort of primal instinct. But its methods are, in truth, marked by intelligence.
Wait. I have one question. Kachina had the team of 5 of them. So only 5 of them were going into the fight. And there are 6 tribes. Why not 6 of them then? Why 5? Why exclude someone from that thrill of a battle?
We now believe the Abyss has invaded the Night Kingdom and has the capacity to
Paimon
read
is
the memories
fish.
of this land at
Really?
any given moment.
And that's how it became so dangerous and cunning.
How
Almost
can
like
you
it
tell
knows
that
you
Paimon is
inside and
fish?
out.
Yes.
What gave
And
her
that's why
away?
we've been unable to fully eradicate it.
Her stupid
even after
pyjama
all
or
this
what?
time. Luckily, the problems left behind by the Abyss have been successfully addressed by the various Pyro Archons we've had over the years. Now every tribe is prospering and things are looking up. I mean, just look at what we managed to do a few days ago. We totally fought them off.
You must have had to sacrifice a lot to get to this point.
She
Every
can't fly
battle,
underwater.
Every sacrifice
Yeah,
is
she
in
cannot.
pursuit of a future where we get
She
to stop
needs to
fighting.
be saved.
Responsibility, duty, unavoidable burden. Everyone in Natlan views
Paimon
the war
is
differently.
flying turtle who actually
I
cannot
believe we
swim.
will be rid of the Abyss one day.
I
The
think that's
efforts
the
of all who fought
perfect
against them will become a
explanation
story
of
for the
everything.
ages. To think that my name could survive in ballads passed down to future generations, it's kind of romantic. Everyone
Is
has something
that
that drives them forward,
volcano?
you know?
Are we going to get some eruption? You can do
We
it.
have to. Not only for ourselves, but for our future.
Why do we
Anyway,
have
let's head to the
flying
stadium.
islands?
Our fishing trip can wait until Kachina's
This is
back
not
with
in
us.
Azuma.
The sea's not going anywhere.
Yeah, imagine that Paimon is controlling me. 900 meters. I'm not crazy to walk all the way there. Yeah, maybe she was controlling when he's going to wake up, and when he woke up, then she exploded and was thrown away into the sea. Act 2 is starting. Ladies and gentlemen, prepare for amazing scenes. Is it already starting? Maybe.
Whoa, this place is packed already.
Okay, not really starting yet.
Of course. No one's gonna miss out on the chance to welcome our heroes back from battle. It's their moment of glory.
The moment
Kachina's
of
gonna
glory.
be so flustered. She's
Welcome,
never had this many eyes on her
Yokomoko.
before.
Yeah, she doesn't
And
seem
how
like the kind
does
of person who likes
resurrection
being the
work?
center of
Come on, I
attention.
want to see that.
Looks
Faster,
like I'm just in
faster.
time.
In time for
Can't
what?
you hear?
Yeah, a commission ran longer than expected, but I made it. I heard about the incident with your
Commission?
tribe, Mualani. Is everyone
What
alright?
kind of commission do you have? Like, here
Yeah,
every single
it's all
tribe
taken care
has
of.
some kind of
Our new friend
duties to
here's got some
do.
tricks up his sleeve,
And
by
in
the way.
other regions
He's
there are
just as
just
strong as
few
Kachina
of
made
the
him out to be.
characters who need to do something. And that's it. Like, what the hell, dude? Why is everyone so nice and always in the fight and always have some kind of job to do in Natlan, and in every single other region they have just some kind of job, let's say, but they don't have some kind of duty to go into battle or help someone. Only few of them have. Oh god. I could have done better if only I'd been a bit more perceptive. He's just as strong as Kachina made him out to be. Okay, whatever.
Hey, look!
Let's
Is
just
it about
go.
to start?
Is it
That's
about
right.
to start?
Someone will come out and recite a eulogy, and then we'll sing the Ode of Resurrection together. Come on, let's find a spot with a good view. When the singing starts, just follow my lead and you'll be fine.
We will have the best
Let's
view
go somewhere
because
higher up
the
so Kachina can
cinematic
spot us.
is beginning. Alright. 3, 2, 1, please. Start talking.
Warriors of Natlan, heed the call of life. We are the inheritors of memory and legend. Those who grew alongside sun and wind. Those who forged our own destiny and future. That is Natlan's fire, the lifeblood of our nation.
Is Pyro Archon having some kind of resurrective powers? Is that the only reason why they are managing those resurrections in the end? Or I'm missing something? I didn't expect that they will sing. The volume of the game or
I could not
what?
find Kachina within the Night Kingdom, or locate her ancient name.
What?
What does that even mean?
Usually,
Whoa.
once the ode is complete, the Pyro Archon and resurrected person will emerge from the flames. But something went wrong.
What's going on? This has never happened before.
I guess we will
Well, I
have
think
the
it's pretty
singing
obvious.
traveler as well.
Clearly, the team sent to fight the Abyss didn't win after all. Think about it. The Ode rekindles all victors. We've witnessed it countless times. Since the Archon couldn't find Kachina in the Night Kingdom, that
Okay,
must mean
I'll
there's more to
increase
this
the volume.
victory than meets the eye.
Hey! You just haven't gotten over the fact that Kachina beat you in the pilgrimage!
Pathetic. The both of you.
Your wild guesses are misplaced. We completed our mission.
Maybe you did, but who's to say whether that little girl even contributed at all? Maybe she got scared and ran off. Why would the YUP recognize someone like her, even if she was on the winning team?
How dare you insult a hero of Natlan like that? Kachina sacrificed herself to repel the Abyss. She doesn't deserve to be subjected to your vile rumors when she's not even here to defend herself.
Calm down, Mualani. There's no point arguing with the likes of them.
I can't just sit here and let them
Nice.
slander her
With
like
the
that.
likes of them.
To insult a hero of Natlan, the person actually has to be a hero.
That's the real insult.
You...
Likes
Think
of
about
them.
it, everyone. Who do you think is really at fault here? A girl who never should have even gone to war? Or the great Pyro Archon? Why would the rules of our nation suddenly stop working? It's true.
Even
She
talking
wasn't
against
revived.
the
It must mean she
Pyro
failed to
Archon.
achieve victory.
Come on, dude.
Maybe the YUP interpret victory in different ways?
I mean, that girl didn't look all that strong to
Yeah,
me.
can't accept the defeat.
Kachina wouldn't have run! That's not like her at all!
No, she's been waiting for this moment for too long. No matter how daunting the situation, no matter how scared she might feel, she's always the first person to stand up and face it head on. We don't even know what happened, so don't you dare try to use this as an excuse to vent your anger or slander her reputation.
Fine.
Nice.
We'll find out what happens soon enough. Then, we'll see who truly deserves glory.
Imagine her being
That's enough.
alive and these guys didn't know it.
There is no doubt about today's victory, or Kachina's part in it. She is a hero worthy of our admiration and celebration. However, the failure of today's ceremony is undeniable. Kachina has not been rekindled, and I offer you all my deepest apologies as I continue to investigate this matter. To prevent further casualties, I have decided to suspend the pilgrimage until this matter is resolved.
I
What?
guess she's not even dead.
No one is all-knowing. No
Just
one
these
is
guys
infallible,
didn't see
not
what
even
happened
myself.
with her.
But doubt is a means by which we seek the truth, not a weapon we wield against others.
I didn't mean it that way, Archon.
Oh yeah,
I just-
yeah.
If there are
Yeah,
things you wish to
no, like that,
clarify, then
yeah.
ask me directly. Doubt my answer
Stupid
if you
idiot.
wish. But now's your chance. You have concerns? State them.
No, of course not.
Even though I have said nothing to change your mind, then it would seem the truth never mattered to you at all.
That guy doesn't even have the courage to answer the Pyro Archon's question. So much for all that glory talk earlier.
Yup.
I have a question, Archon.
Oh.
My friend Kachina. Do you have any idea where she is? It's extremely important to me. I know you said you were investigating the situation, but
We
I'm
will
sorry,
get
that's not
Saritsa
enough.
soon. Come on,
I've
come
already
on.
shared everything I know.
She's coming
If you want
to
to
the
learn
game
the truth
soon.
and rescue your friends sooner, you should join the investigation. So, what do you say?
of course I'll join.
In that case, come see me in the speaker's chamber.
We should join them.
Oh, and if it's not too much trouble, could you drop by as well, Traveler? I'd like to have a chat.
Nice, finally.
Rest assured, everyone, I'll keep the tribal chiefs informed on the progress of the investigation. Once again, I apologize for the outcome of this ceremony. If there are no further questions, let's part for now.
Did she just ask us
Takato
to
is
come
going
along?
to make her
I believe she
C6
did.
R5
Let's
the
go. I'd like to know
first
what's going on
second that
myself.
she comes out. Oh.
situation is urgent, so I'll get straight to the point. Kachina is undoubtedly a hero of Natlan, and I'm deeply sorry this happened to her. There's been unrest in the Night Kingdom, but I don't know what's causing it. As a result, I've been unable to track down her location. Until we find and address the cause of the unrest, the Ode of Resurrection will continue to be ineffective.
And that means Kachina won't be able to come back?
Mm-hmm.
That's correct. Not until the problem with the Night Kingdom is resolved.
The Night Kingdom.
How long will that take?
It's hard to say.
With me joining few
Kachina always
seconds.
dreamed of fighting the Abyss. Of doing her part to defend Natlan. She wasn't afraid of death because she knew, if it came down to it, the Pyro Archon would be there to bring her back to life. Whenever we sat down together,
Come on, that
exhausted
sounds
from
so
training,
sad now.
she would
Because
always
she
hum
didn't
the Ode of
actually
Resurrection.
resurrect
She
her.
was supposed to come back to us. We were supposed to hug her and celebrate with her and share her joy. We supported her every step of the way, but what are we supposed to do now?
Yeah, I said
Sit
C6
peacefully and wait for her
Takato.
return? Lose ourselves in grief over her death? Tell me, are we her friends? Or her murderers?
That's not
Both.
fair, Mualani.
Also, I'm getting
It's all
C5
I
Zhongli when
understand
he
your
comes
rage
out. We
and
need
your
3
grief.
constellations.
Kachina's life means a
We
great
have
deal to me,
300
Mualani.
wishes. I
Believe
guess
me,
that's
I
going
want to
to be
bring her
more
back
than
as
enough.
soon as possible.
I mean, I even
I would
hope.
give you that peace of mind if I could. But please, hear what I have to say so I can at least give you a broader picture of the issue we are now facing. Considering the recent attack on your tribe, I believe the Abyss has found a new means of undermining the rules of our nation.
You mean...
No, I think they are not going to
foundation
make
of
her
our
weak in
resistance
the
against the
end.
Abyss.
I
If we
guess they
continue to
will
hold the pilgrimage and send teams to
still
fight
have
the
her
Abyss,
being
there will
the
likely be more
strongest one
casualties.
because she
But
should
if we
be
stop
in the
altogether,
end.
the sacred flame will only grow weaker. The Abyss will scale up their attacks, and the tragedy we saw with the people of the Springs will only be the first of many.
If we compare the two choices, the former seems to be the lesser of
Genshin
two
Impact,
evils.
Rocco.
Sorry, I know that may sound harsh, but I bear the name Malipo. Weighing the costs is my duty. The raw truth can be cruel. But we need to understand it if we want to approach this rationally.
But what would you say, Mualani? This is personal for you. And unlike Kanich, I dare say it's not a simple case of weighing up which course of action is less painful, is it?
No. I can't choose between them, and I don't want to. Saying that one is preferable over the other is disrespectful to the people who suffered.
You're saying it doesn't matter whether I suspend the pilgrimage.
Is it connected to the Act
painful.
2 or
Yes.
a little bit more into the future?
What happened to Kachina breaks my heart. But I couldn't bring myself to sacrifice other people for her sake.
And that is the crux of the problem. It's not simply a matter of choosing the lesser of two evils. Either way, there will be people who suffer. And the end result will be the same. Belief in the pilgrimage will waver. Once doubt has crept in, the people will no longer unite in battle against the Abyss. And that is exactly what the Abyss wants. Their ultimate goal isn't to break the rules that make the Ode of Resurrection work. It's to destroy the people's faith in them. To prevent
Yeah,
what
the
happened
fight
to Kachina
between
from
two of
happening
them,
to
yeah,
anyone
it's
else.
in the
We
Act
need
2,
to suspend the
so
pilgrimage.
that's the highlight
that is
of
my
the
current
whole
plan.
stream,
And in the
I
meantime,
guess.
I've made efforts to strengthen each tribe's defenses. Then, we have to find another way of strengthening the sacred flame to keep the Abyss at bay. This won't be easy. I'll need time to figure out the best approach. I understand your anger, Mualani, but I hope that provided some clarity, at least.
Wow. Hyman thought things were gonna get heated for a second, but the Pyro
Why do you
Archon took the
think
time to
that
explain
it
everything
is
so
possible that
patiently?
Saritsa is not going
I
to
owe you an
get
apology,
the
Archon. I let myself
any
get carried
role
away earlier, and I'm sorry.
in the end?
You're right. We need to focus on finding solutions.
She's collecting everything so
always
she
hold
can
the
be stronger
pilgrimage
in the
without
fight
sending a
with
team to
the
fight in the Night
Celestia,
Wars.
so
That way, we would still be able
not
to
really
fuel the
sure
sacred
that
flame.
she's not going to get anything.
I've considered that, but the two events have nearly always been linked. Without the chance to fight the Abyss, pilgrimage rankings lose their prestige, and competitor numbers will drop. With fewer participants, the amount of contending fire produced will decrease, and the vicious cycle
Yeah,
will continue
Lumin and
indefinitely.
Saritsa are together
So,
with
essentially,
the Fatuis
the Abyss is
against
taking Kachina
Celestia.
hostage.
What happens if you stay in the Night Kingdom for a long period of time?
You've learned about the concept of ley lines during your travels, yes? The Night Kingdom is something similar. Staying
Oh.
there for a short period of time shouldn't have an effect on the person. But with the Abyss in the picture, it's a different story. Your sense of self will be devoured until eventually you become one with the Sea of Souls. Imagine pouring a cup of water into a rushing river. You can try to scoop up another cup, but there's no chance it will be the same water you had before. I won't sugarcoat it. That is the danger Kachina is currently facing.
You said it in the
Just like
last
you said,
stream,
Archon.
and I'm holding
Both
you
of
to
these
that
problems
one.
need to be
I'm really
addressed.
expecting to see how good is it in the end.
You can focus all your
So,
efforts on dealing with the sacred flame.
We will
I
need
will go
to
search for
wait a
Kachina.
little bit longer
The Abyss
because
poses the same
I
threat
guess
to
it's
you
not
as
going
it
to
does to
happen
her.
now.
It
It's
is
going to
very
happen when we come
possible
back,
you will
right?
not return. Knowing that, do you still choose to go?
Kachina's waiting for us to rescue her. That's all that matters.
I failed to protect her during our campaign, but I can make it up to her now.
I guess
choose to
you're
go as
right,
well.
Naruto,
Traveler?
but still.
What do you think?
This isn't how it should end for her. I promised she would have the chance to learn from me. To learn what exactly?
Understood. Then I'll support you in any way I can. The Masters of the Night Wind have a technique that can extract an ancient name from the ley lines. If we can find Kachina's ancient name, I can use the link between them to pinpoint her position within the Night Kingdom. Then comes the hard part. You need to visit the Night Kingdom in person and rescue her.
Oh.
But isn't the Night Kingdom a land of souls? Can we even go there?
Of
Under
course we
normal
can.
circumstances, only the consciousness can enter. But there is a way to go there in person. However, know that the Night Kingdom will
This
attempt
sounds
to repel
so
you,
good.
and the Abyss certainly won't leave you be.
That's fine by me.
Same here. Fighting the Abyss is nothing new for me.
It won't be a problem. Nothing new to us.
Paimon's the only one who's scared? Well, if you're
You're
going
always
traveling,
scared. You never
Paimon's
fight.
going
You
to-
never do anything.
Seat Lolly of the Masters of the Night Wind
You
once
just
created an
talk,
artifact
and that's
that can
it.
be used to
Sleep
communicate
and
with the
eat.
Wyab.
Nothing else.
We call it the Spirit Speaker Stone. It was originally used as a ceremonial artifact wielded by the tribal chiefs. But that spiritual quality also means it can be used to search for an ancient name.
That was the artifact I delivered to the Scions of the Canopy a few days ago. Didn't think I'd be hearing about it again so soon.
Thank you so much for your help, everyone.
Your thanks are unnecessary. I will offer you whatever aid I can, but your
She has
fellowship
nothing
and
to
courage are what will
lose,
truly
and those
decide
people
the success
are the
of
worst.
this operation. Besides, you're the ones helping me. I can only focus on one thing at a time, after all.
Wow, Takato, really?
Traveler, I certainly didn't expect our first conversation to be so serious. I've heard all about your accomplishments. Ever since you arrived, I've been hoping to meet you and offer you Natlan's highest level of hospitality.
Well, the highest level of
Why?
hospitality
Is that not what
fighting
happened in the other
the
nations you
Abyss
visited?
and saving even your nation from extinction, so thank you. You are already giving me that option. Although I want some kind of, a little bit harder fight in the end, at least this time, because every single time I never got it. It's kinda complicated, but looks like we're really making a name for ourselves.
Things were pretty complicated at the start. And, you know, in the middle. But our reputation's solid nowadays.
Yep.
That's more like it. After all, I've heard you're someone who transcends fate.
Something like that. You know quite a lot about me,
Perhaps
but I
even more
do
than you
not
can
know
imagine.
anything about you.
But we can talk about that some other time. Ideally, this would be the perfect night for a drink and some musical ambiance. But there are important things to be done.
Oh, I almost forgot. Atea was wounded in the fight against the Abyss. She
I
wanted us to
don't
give
watch
this to
that
you.
much anime, so I
It
don't really
embodies
know.
fond memories and my strength of will.
But I'm
what she
holding you
asked us
for
to
that
tell
one.
you. She said you'd know what that means.
I didn't think this day would come so soon. The flames of her life force. I can feel them flowing within the talisman. If things were different, the two of us could have enjoyed the hot springs together while she gave this to me in person. We're supposed to be hot spring buddies after all. But don't worry. This talisman means a great deal to me.
I
I'll
didn't
take good care of
expect that much.
And once this is all over, I'll
that
pay
much
Atea a
feelings
visit.
coming from Mavuika, so this is kind of surprise.
You said you didn't want to jeopardize the production of Contending Fire. But that's not at all why you decided to suspend the pilgrimage, is it?
You're right. Even now, the production of Contending Fire is far from sufficient. The gradual corrosion caused by the Abyss has resulted in a massive shortage of pyro energy, and we're currently at the breaking point. As things stand, the pilgrimage is a lost cause. Suspending it allows us to save our strength to defend the tribes. The Abyss has brought catastrophe to Natlan, and Kachina's disappearance in the Night Kingdom is a direct consequence of that.
We can't let the general public know that.
No. If the public learned that Natlan's destruction was close at hand, there would be immense panic.
Yup.
But if I said nothing at all, they would have continued to question the integrity of Natlan's heroes.
Another simple choice. The latter was clearly the better solution. But you chose otherwise.
I have never subscribed to the belief that the right choice is the one with the fewest sacrifices. Let's go. There's still a way for the sacred flame to last a little longer.
Let's go and take down the whole abyss.
Yes. Come with me. The sacred flame must never go out. Not only does it strike fear in the abyss, but it's also the pillar of Natlan's stability. So until our heroes are ready, I will sacrifice my power to keep it burning.
Ooh.
But that can only last so long. I think we should focus on the remaining ancient name bearers.
Don't let desperation cloud your judgment. Those chosen by the Wyab have already embarked on their destined path. It is for them to decide how that journey ends, not us. All we can do is support them.
Even so, for you to make this sacrifice, it's not right.
If not me, then who? No other is capable of sustaining the sacred flame. I possess great strength, but I'm not above my people. This is part of my duty.
Archon, it's the Fatui!
Oh, it's coming!
The Archon of Natlan. A force to be reckoned with. The secret of the ley lines is no secret to me. Long have they been destined for ruin. And since the oath made 5 centuries ago remains unfulfilled, what use is the Gnosis in your hands?
I don't know what you mean. But it sounds like this is about more than the Tsaritsa.
In times of crisis, someone must pick up the mantle of salvation. Your plan has reached an impasse, and now it falls to me to create new rules for Natlan. But before the dawn of a new age, the old must be destroyed.
I assume that's the end of your speech? Good. People like us? Let our blades do the talking! Masters of the Night Wind. Send word. The captain and his followers must be apprehended.
And he just ran away. Why did you run away?
Are you alright, Archon?
He was a formidable opponent. Exactly what I would expect from the first of the Fatui Harbingers.
I don't think that it's going to
imagined
happen anything similar to Tsaritsa.
If the Tsaritsa
But
sent
hey,
him
we will
here,
see.
why would he bring up what happened 5 centuries ago?
Yeah. And how much does he know about Natlan?
It seems too
The
much.
Harbingers are all driven by their own personal goals. The only purpose that unites them is collecting the Gnosis.
Can I make a little complaint? When cinematic started, while Capitano was talking, she was already some kinda, let's say, in action, you know. She was already flying all around and exploding all over the place, which doesn't really make sense. So that's maybe the only thing that I'm complaining, except the other thing that we will not have the same powers and everything that we just saw in this scene. So we are not going to be able to use her in this way. But hey, the first thing is, I would say, just a little bit stupid. Why is she already starting a fight and he didn't even say the half of the sentence that he wanted, so kinda doesn't make sense. Just had to point that out.
But I'm sure the captain has his own reasons for being here as well.
Whatever his motive, we should shift our focus to the Fatui. If they attack again, and we're not prepared, we're done for.
No, we're running out of time. The wound I inflicted should hold him
Capitano's
back and
second
weaken him
form.
for the time being.
I guess that
Besides, I'm sure
when
you
he got
noticed,
hurt,
the power
if
that
he
came to
was
his
going
rescue
for
just
the
now came
second
from the
form,
masters
he
of the
would
Nightwind.
In other words,
he would end up being hurt even more. So
Not necessarily.
I guess
This
that's
could
the
prove
reason.
to be a very valuable turn of events. When we exchanged final blows, I sensed an unusual presence within him. I'll need to investigate further. Kinich, go to the Masters of the Nightwind and look into who could have aided the captain. Speak to Lali. She should know.
of course, I'll head out right now. Do you still intend to...
Yes, but fear not. Natlan's strength has never rested solely in its Archon. Together we foresaw the only path that leads to our nation's future. We must trust in that vision now.
Is everything okay, Archon?
And they are so friendly
completely
with the
fine.
Archon as
Just
well.
lamenting the fact that I never got a picture when I could still turn my hair into flames. Too late
I mean,
now.
when it comes to Venti, they are friendly
I
as
just
well. For
hope the
Raiden, they
others
do
have a
not
safe
even
journey.
know. Nahida is great with everyone, but only when they heard what she did for absolutely everyone. Zhongli, they even don't know that he is Archon, so a little bit strange.
What's happening at the stadium? Did something explode?
Yup.
It feels like the Archon unleashed her power. She must be fighting a formidable opponent.
Should we go back and check what's going on?
Kachina doesn't have that much time.
Have faith in the Archon. She wouldn't lose in a one-on-one confrontation.
Once we find Kachina's ancient name, we'll head right back.
Okay, let's just keep climbing. Emon really hopes nothing goes wrong.
Well, in the end, nothing went wrong, which is perfect. Oh god, how to get all the way there? Maybe... I mean, maybe I have unlocked teleport, or I don't. Oh, yes I do. Yes I do.
That's Waina, the tribal chief. Let's head over to him.
Chaska.
Nice to see you again, Waina.
I mean, the best part of the
I'm afraid we
stream
don't
just
have time for
ended,
pleasantries, so I'll get right to it.
and
We're here for the Spirit Speaker's stone.
Whoa,
for the
hold on a
next
second.
1.5
At least tell me
hour,
why you need it first.
maybe even 2.
My friend Kachina is trapped
mean,
within the Night Kingdom.
What are we even
We need the
waiting
stone
for?
to find her ancient
in
name and
all
rescue
of
her.
that.
Rescue her? From the Night Kingdom?
Yup.
That's right.
I'm sorry, but someone needs to tell you what you don't want to hear. Going there, a mature warrior would never make such a foolish decision.
Just stop being so dramatic.
The nature of battle is unpredictable. You never know how it's going to end. Losing a friend is tragic, but when that happens, the best thing you can do is focus on how to prevent further casualties.
I appreciate what you're trying to say, Chief Wino. But if the price of maturity is abandoning a friend in need, I'll choose foolishness any day. If Kachina's still holding on, then so will I.
I thought you might say that.
Is something wrong, Waina? This doesn't seem like you. Life isn't complete without taking risks. That's always been your mantra.
It's nothing. The Night Kingdom is a dangerous place. Can't blame me for checking if you were up to the task. If you're that determined, far be it from me to stop you. Here's the stone.
The stone?
Keep it
We even need
safe,
a stone.
okay? It's not like we have a spare.
Thank you.
Huh. Seems
Why
like
would
you
I
two
need a
go
stone?
way back. But aren't you from the Flower Feather Clan, Chaska?
Oh, Chaska's a peacekeeper, so she's famous throughout the tribes. She's always the one people call to resolve conflicts, so we slowly got to know each other that way. Her younger sister Quichi's always hanging around our tribe too. She's helped us out a lot in the past.
Oh, you have a younger sister?
Yes. I'll introduce you to her sometime. But let's get back to
In the
business.
Act 3.
Wayna, how do we use the stone?
As you probably know, your intended destination is completely different from the real world. The Night Kingdom is like a river flowing with concepts, and the ancient name you seek is like a tiny fish swimming downstream.
Perfect.
In that sense, the stone is like a fishing boat drifting down the river. But the boat alone isn't enough. You need a fisherman experienced enough to steer it in the right direction.
We couldn't do that ourselves?
With a little practice, I'm sure you could. You have the strength and the talent. If you want to make sure this works, though, I could recommend someone to you.
And who is that?
Vichama, a legendary warrior and scout from our tribe. He's got a keen eye and a well-honed intuition. Even his ancient name means to seek. If you're fishing for a name, you're gonna want him on the boat.
Bichama? Why does that name sound familiar?
He's one of
It
Auntie
does not.
Atea's hot spring buddies. I've heard stories about him. Where can we find him?
Ever since Malco passed, he spends most of his time gazing out at the scenery from the cliff tops. Follow the path that way, and I'm sure you'll find him.
Walk for 2 kilometers
We'll go look
and
for
you
him
will
there.
find him. Come on, dude.
Good luck. I hope everything goes well.
It will. Why wouldn't it? And by the way, yeah, you said that I should put volume a little bit higher. Okay. I think that's enough. And there he is.
Someone admiring the scenery from the cliff tops. Ah, that must be him!
Congratulations,
Hello there, are you
Paimon.
That's me. Did you need something? What? You're saying you can bring someone back from the Night Kingdom? How is that even possible? No, if you really think about it, anything's possible in that kind of place. But that would mean...
Are you okay? You don't look so good.
Everything's fine. I'll help you, but I do have a small request. After I help you
What do
find
you mean
Kachina's
you
ancient
went for a
name,
few minutes?
I want to use the stone to look for my friends as well.
Your friend? Oh, why not mention someone named Malco?
We are
Is that who
about
you're
to
talking
go
about?
into the Night
Yes,
Kingdom
but
world.
I'd rather not get into it if it's all the same to you.
That's not a problem. We agree to your request.
Yeah. Since you're helping us find Kachina's ancient name, it's only right that we return the favor.
Then we're agreed. Can I have a look at the stone?
Come on, just exchange them so they can connect.
I see. From what I can tell, it functions almost like an abyssal pylon. Both connect the Night Kingdom to the living world. Once the connection is established, the abyss will come surging through the opening like a predator honing in on the scent of blood. So we have to be sure not to use it in a tribal settlement.
Wow, you got all that just from looking at it?
I just picked up on the basics, really. I still have no idea why it works. You said someone named Sitlali invented this. They must be a genius. I'll go find an open area and start setting things up. In the meantime, I need you to get 2 things for me.
Oh,
We'll go
come
right
on.
away. What do you need?
First, I'll need some hook ropes. Pretty much every store around here carries them, so no need to go anywhere special. Oh, and I need to build a net out of them, so make sure you get a good amount.
Wait, are you saying you're going to use a real net to catch Kachina's ancient name? How does that work when one's tangible and one's not?
By creating something tangible in our world, like a net, we can create a connection to a corresponding concept in the Night Kingdom. Basically, I'm going to use the concept of a net to catch something equally intangible, an ancient name.
Oh, I see. What about the second thing you needed?
Right. I need 2 chunks of obsidian. Once we bring the ancient names into our world, we'll need a place to store them. Normally, you can only get obsidian from the Children of Echoes, but I heard there's a traveling merchant from that tribe around here somewhere, so maybe you can try your luck there.
Gotcha!
Alright, let's split up. See that clearing? Let's meet over there when you're done. Oh, and you can send someone with me if you want. In case you're worried I might take the stone for myself.
What do you think, Chaska?
There's no need. Lena spoke highly of you. That means you're trustworthy.
I appreciate it, even though that doesn't mean much to me anymore. Anyway, it'll take some time to set everything up, so no need to rush. I'll see you in a bit.
Okay, let's get those materials and let's get ready for everything
But also really invested in the stone at
that
the
is
same time.
upcoming to save
I don't
the
have any more
Kachina.
insight than you, Paimon. Let's just focus on the preparations for now. Hang on, Kachina. We're coming for you.
Is the sound a little bit better now in terms of them talking?
Hello.
Hook ropes? As in rock climbing equipment?
Yes. How much for your whole stock?
Oh, the whole thing? Let me see. That would be 30,000 mora in total.
Deal.
Wait, really?
What, you want me to drive down the price? We just need these as fast as possible.
Oh, no problem at all. I'll even pass along some information on the house. These ropes are usually used by rock climbing enthusiasts. If you want to learn, Roka's the person you want to ask.
We need
Alright,
for something
that's everything.
completely
Here you go.
different.
Now we need the obsidian. Let's go talk to the traveling merchant Vichama mentioned.
Okay, so just by increasing it by 1, it was
Excuse me.
well
do you
enough.
sell obsidian?
Nice.
Why, yes. I've got a chunk for sale right over there.
Perfect. Is that the only one, though? We actually need 2.
That might be tough. Tell you what, I'll take a look through these boxes over here and we'll see what we can find.
And he's not going
Thank
to
you
find
so
the
much.
second one.
We'll wait here.
He's rich. Maybe.
Relax. Everything's going according to plan.
Yup.
I know,
And
it's
it's a little bit too easy at the moment
I could tell
as well.
Vichama feels the same way about his friend that I do about Kachina. I hope this chunk of obsidian isn't the only one. Kachina always carries all sorts of shiny stones with her. If I was the one trapped in the Night Kingdom, she'd have a whole pile of obsidian ready in a heartbeat.
Well, would you look at that? I did bring an extra. Here you go, young lady. How does it look?
Nice.
Perfect! Thank you. How much do I owe you?
If you hadn't shown up, these stones would have just sat here collecting dust. I'll take 3,000 mora for both. Here
Wait,
you
I
go.
was thinking
By
that
the
he's
way,
just going to
I heard
say
you
I'm
mention
going to give
Vichama
it for
just now.
free.
You running an errand for him then? How's he doing? Malco's been gone for 5 years now. It's about time he started to move forward.
Do you know what happened between them?
I heard about it in passing while I was out drinking one night. But I
How
don't
can
know
you tell
all the
that she's
details.
rich? I mean,
Vichama
it's only
and Malco grew up
36k
together,
Mora.
and even
Come on,
made a
dude,
name for
that's
themselves
nothing.
together. Malco was an amazing fighter, capable of knocking out multiple opponents in a single hit, while Vichama excelled at scouting and analyzing the battlefield. The two made an excellent team, and managed to beat back the Abyss several times. 5 years ago, they both emerged triumphant in the pilgrimage, and were placed on the same team to fight the Abyss. But on the eve of battle, the Abyss launched an attack on their tribe, and Vichama suffered an injury to his leg while attempting to rescue someone.
Then what happened?
The team agreed that he couldn't fight the Abyss in his condition. Vichama didn't argue. He knew going to the front lines with an injured leg would make him a burden in battle. So they raised the issue with the Pyro Archon, and she agreed to let him stay behind. It's just... Malco and the others ended up facing hordes of abyssal monsters in numbers that far exceeded anyone's expectations. The team made an error in judgment, and they fell to the onslaught. Vichama went into a deep depression after that. He blames himself for everything.
Why would you blame yourself for everything? It was an impossible situation. It doesn't sound like it was his fault, right?
Oh, you're not wrong. But it's possible he chooses to blame himself. Not because he did something wrong,
but he was not
he wasn't
able to do anything at all. Yes.
I've tried convincing him to move forward, to stop dwelling on the past. But the shadow of Malco's death hangs over him still. The Abyss has caused so much suffering, and some wounds never heal. I wish there was something he could do to make himself feel better. But... anyway, that's the gist of it. Maybe you could help him talk things through sometime. I would really
No,
appreciate
we'll save
it.
his friend as well. You will see. Do we have teleport all the way there? Yes. Rating this story from 1 to 10 at the moment. 8.5 maybe? It is somewhere, let's say, the same as the Fontaine ones. It is good, so...
Did you get everything?
Yep, it's all
we
here.
did.
When do we start?
It is good, so I'm not going
I've
to
made all
say
the necessary
anything bad
adjustments,
about it.
so we're good to
It
go.
just feels a
As
little
agreed,
bit
I'll help
long
you find
when it
Kachina's
comes to
ancient name,
talking,
and then you
and
return
just
the
the
favor.
thing that I said about the scene that they made with the fight of the Malvika with the Capitano, and that's it. Act 1 was probably something like 6.5, something like that. And when it comes to Fontaine, all the Archon quests were from the 7 to 9. I wouldn't say that it was perfect because it was still too long. But hey, it is what it is. I mean, they made the story just so long. I don't know why. The single quest was 4 hours in Fontaine, so yeah. That's the only thing that I don't understand. Could I ask a question?
Go ahead.
Go ahead. Are you seeking your friend's ancient name for the same reason as us? Yes.
After Malco fell, I scoured the battlefield to see what happened. It turned out he wasn't bested by some impossibly powerful foe. He was dragged to his grave by the sheer number of enemies. If I had been there, I would have been able to sense the danger. I could have warned them not to advance. I've always blamed myself for what happened. But when you told me about Kachina, I realized there's a chance Malko might also be alive, fighting for survival in the Night Kingdom.
There is a chance.
But that happened several years ago, right?
Yeah, it's already been 5 years, so it's a little bit
The
harder,
Pyro
you know.
Archon said all life within the Night Kingdom eventually becomes one with the Sea of Souls.
There might not be much hope, but I still have to try.
Respect.
Malko and I promised each other, even if we never managed to root out the Abyss for good, we would fight together until the end.
Just because he said that,
let's get to it.
the
I'll start searching
story
for the
is now
conceptualized version
9
of Kachina's
out of
ancient
10
name.
rated.
If you see any fragments scattered around the area, please collect them.
Half of the 1 rate is going up. Just because of this. The persistence.
Make sure you prepare yourselves for battle. As I said, the stone will link the mortal realm to the Night Kingdom. The Abyss will likely emerge in response.
Don't worry, we have C6 Nevelet.
Look at that golden thing. It must be one of those fragments Vichama mentioned. Let's get closer.
Okay.
Whoa, monsters incoming! Watch out, everyone!
The tonics
easy.
beckon.
Still easy. What
How much longer, Vichama?
Not long. We're getting close.
Is that it? Now we need one more. Just because I missed one.
Vichama!
Quick, take it! I found Kachina's ancient name. Hang in there, Malko. Just a little longer.
Something's not right. The power of the Abyss is getting stronger.
Come on, it was too weak at the moment.
The Abyss is corroding his body. Vichama, you can't keep going. You'll die.
I should have
I
died
will
5 years
save
ago.
him. I can get the corrosion out
I
of
just
his
need a little more
body.
time.
Why are you
Please,
so
I'm
much?
almost there.
Oh god, why are you complaining that much? I'll help you buy some
Thank you.
time.
Whoa, watch out! The power of the Abyss is strong.
But not as strong as I am. Too easy.
This power.
Hanging in there?
I can't hold them back much longer. We're running out of time.
No, why can't I find him? Why?
We can't wait any longer. Pull him away from the stone, Mualani.
I already tried, but the power of the Abyss has him in a chokehold. It's like he's tied to the stone with an invisible rope.
In that case, we have no choice. I'm sorry, Seat Lolly. Get back!
Chaska, wait!
Ouch! What happened just now? It looked like the Spirit Speaker stone was...
The stone's power was spiraling out of control. The only way to stop it was to destroy it. We were all caught in the shockwave of the explosion. You might feel dizzy for a while, but that's normal.
Give us a heads up next time, will you? You're lucky we managed to dodge it in time.
But where is this
I
guy
thought I said
now?
to get back.
Yeah, barely a second before you made it go poof. Not everyone has your reflexes, Chaska. We were this close to getting dragged into the explosion.
Okay, I'll be more careful next time.
At
And
least
couldn't you
Kachina's ancient
just
name is still in one
destroy
piece.
one of the things that were
Wait,
aside?
Where's Vichama?
Yeah, where is Vichama?
Vichama!
Vichama!
I couldn't find Malko's ancient name. It must be completely gone by now. Once your ancient name disappears, there's no coming back. From the very beginning, I knew there was a slim chance, but still. And now... it's too late to save him. From the minute he left that day, it was already too late.
Vichama.
I'm sure he's heard enough condolences over the years. Let's just give him some space.
Huh? What's that in your hands, Vichama? It looks like something's glowing.
Huh? This is...
Hey,
yeah, the bow user.
Malco. Got any strength left?
Not enough to swing a sword, but to say a few last words? Sure.
Too bad. No one will get to hear them. I never thought I'd actually die on this mission. Not that I'm afraid to die. It's just... hard. Thinking about my mom's face when she hears the news.
Guess I have something to be thankful for then. My parents died a long time ago. They won't have to mourn me. Pisak! Always had to beat me at everything, didn't you? Right to the end, you were never one for goodbyes. Maybe you're right. Maybe no one will get to hear our last words. But just in case... Vichama, I'm so glad you didn't come with us. Don't be sad. Just keep on living. For the both of us.
Wow.
Was that a memory?
Yes.
Seems like we were able to salvage something after all.
Did you really went asking him if he's better? How can you ask someone something like that after he saw his friend die for real this time? How can you ask that? Oh my god.
Of course.
You're
Seeing
so
him,
sick.
Hearing his voice again, it makes me unbelievably happy. But it also brings with it an even deeper pain.
A deeper pain? Why?
Malco was always the type to put on a brave face. But in that memory just now, his hands were shaking, and his smile was forced.
Well, it was just so you can feel better, but yeah,
For
you're
all
right.
these years, I regretted not being able to fight alongside him to the end. And now I know, at the end of his life, he was thinking the same thing.
Vichama.
I'm fine. Actually, I heard Chief Wyna wasn't really on board with your plan to go to the Night Kingdom. When you asked for my help, I hesitated too. I knew helping you find your friend's ancient name meant leading you one step closer to danger. But I also understood why you had to try. Everyone has regrets.
But honestly, this
but not
fight
everyone
was
gets the
too
chance
easy.
to make up for them. Once allowed to fester, guilt strips us of our most valuable qualities as warriors. In that sense, we might as well choose the braver path from the very beginning.
A more courageous way, you mean fighting while injured?
If I could do it all over again, I would have followed Malco to the front lines no matter what. Even with an injured leg, there were still things I could have done. That way, even if the outcome stayed the same, I still would have fought alongside him to the end. There are critical junctures in life, and if you don't seize the chance to act, there's no going back. That's something I had to learn in hindsight. But you're still at the crossroads of your journey, so I hope you can walk away without regrets.
Thank you, Vichama. I feel even more determined now. Kachina will come back to us. I'll make sure of it. I promised I would find her, and I intend to keep that promise.
That's good to hear. Strange. My body, it's...
Once abyssal corrosion enters the body, a portion will fuse itself to your internal organs. Even though the Traveler possesses powers of purification, the corrosion can never be fully eradicated. Thanks to him, though, you were only briefly exposed. Slowing your breathing and controlling your emotions should help you keep the symptoms in check.
That does make me feel better. You seem very knowledgeable about all this.
Just speaking from experience, that's all.
Anyway, we've recovered Kachina's ancient name, so we're off to a great start. Let's get Vichama back to his tribe and tell Wyneth the good news. Oh, and apologize for destroying the Spirit Speaker Stone. We had no choice, though, so he'll probably understand. Right?
Just maybe. Yeah, they are talking too much.
Koichi, are you really gonna just stand there like that? I don't know what you want from me.
I think you know exactly what I'm trying to say, Uncle Wyna. I can hear it in your voice.
Honestly, it's just one thing after another with you two. They're back.
Koichi? What are you doing here?
Don't play dumb with your own sister. You know exactly why I'm here.
To beat
My
your
apologies, everyone.
butt.
I just need to borrow Chaska for a few minutes. You come with me.
I'll be just a moment.
Who is that?
Koichi, Chaska's younger sister. Although the two aren't actually related by blood, it's kind of a long story.
Right, she did call herself Chaska's sister just now, but it feels like there's more to the story.
It's not really my story to tell, but I guess it's not a secret. You see, Chaska was actually raised by cuckoo sores. She was afflicted with a rare disease when she was a child, and abandoned in the wild as a result. The Abyss found her out there, all on her own, and tried to devour her. But in the end, all that did was trigger her will to live.
Tried to
That strength of will
devour her?
pushed her to survive.
Why?
But it also planted a seed of conflict within her. Eventually, she was adopted by the cuckoo sores. Wherever they went, she followed, getting into fights right and left.
For some reason, Paimon can totally imagine that.
Well, when Chaska finally returned to human society, it was Koichi's parents who adopted her. At the time, Chaska still had a habit of getting into fights, so Koichi was always taking her around, apologizing to everyone.
Ah, I remember those days. One of those fights was definitely with me. But, you know, kids. You're fighting one minute and your friend's the next. Eventually, she found a way to rein in that desire to fight. And now she's who people call to resolve conflicts. She's known as the Peacemaker. It sounds like she still argues with Koichi, though. Don't siblings usually stop fighting when they get older?
No.
That's partly my fault. Koichi asked me to stop Chaska from doing anything dangerous, but you probably know by now, once Chaska makes up her mind, there's no changing it.
Oh, I get it. No wonder you tried to talk us out of going to the Night Kingdom. Chaska even said that wasn't like you.
I'm all for your adventure. You need to take risks when you're young, because by the time you're my age, you couldn't attempt something like that even if you wanted to. Better try now than live with regrets later. That's what I say. Still,
At least we
I
saved
can understand where
Kachina.
Koichi's coming from. In the end, nobody wants to sit back and let a loved one put their life on the line.
All right, it's just the two of us now. You have 1 minute to explain yourself.
I don't have anything to say. You don't have to approve, but you should know I only do what's necessary.
That attitude is exactly the problem. It's like you don't care. You try to sneak off to the Night Kingdom behind my back and then play it down as if it's just a trip abroad.
Well, technically I am going abroad, right?
Again with the excuses! We agreed, didn't we? There are 4 levels of danger. If it's not something urgent, you can only engage in level 2 danger and below. You can only go up to level 3 if a situation is so dire there's absolutely no alternative. But a trip to the Night Kingdom? If that's not a level 4, I don't know what is. And you were just going to sneak into the place without
But we
saying
didn't
anything.
go anywhere. We
What do you mean,
stayed
sneak into the
at the
place?
same
I
place
always planned
all
on
the
walking in there with
time.
my head held high.
You bought off Uncle Wina, didn't you? He promised me he'd stop you from doing anything dangerous.
Honestly,
Oh,
we
it's
didn't
like he didn't
even
try.
experience the Night
I feel like
Kingdom.
he went back on his word. What if I told you my
Correct.
mind was made up, and there was nothing he could have done? Not even by force.
Oh, I knew it! So he did try to say something, but you didn't listen.
This is important. If you were in my shoes, you'd make the same decision.
You don't know that? I'm a doctor, and I handle logistics. If you're going to waltz into a dangerous situation where you could lose control at any moment, it's my duty to say something.
All right, whatever. Anything else?
Oh, you... What do you mean, anything else? Why don't you reflect on what you've done and promise me you'll stay put?
Time
She
out.
can't.
Is this one of our normal arguments or a serious one?
Chaska, does it sound like I'm joking?
Then... you need to know something. What happened to Kachina was partially my fault. I can't leave her there to die. That's not who I am.
Ooh.
But the person you become when you lose control, that's also not who you are.
That's a different issue. You said it yourself. A person is only as good as their morals. If I want to live in Natlan, I need to display qualities that make me worthy of this nation.
I've also told you that managing your condition is equally important.
Sometimes you have to make sacrifices. All right, let's stop this here. If we keep going, I might actually have to get serious. And I think Wina prefers his roof attached to his house.
Is that a threat? That sounds like a threat to me.
Koichi! Younger sisters are supposed to listen to their elders.
So, you're really going to go, no matter what I say? I'm supposed to be your sister.
Then support me. I'll be back. All you have to do is wait.
Summer Misty?
Chaska. So, that's it. Why'd you have to turn out to be so darn annoying?
And is Chaska some kind of elf as well?
Something you wanted to say?
I know you aren't related by blood, but you two sure are similar.
Really?
You know, I said that very thing to Koichi not too long ago, and she reacted the exact same way, down to the very tone of voice. It's not my place to get involved, but I will say this. Try to spend a little more time with your sister. You're tough kids. That doesn't mean you have to go it alone.
Thank you.
Aha.
Anytime. All right. If you're done with the Spirit Speaker Stone, you might as well
She
hand it over.
has
According to
many
Kinich,
different
it's an important
mysteries
ceremonial artifact.
attached to
So
her
it'd be
back,
safer to keep it with me.
honestly.
About that.
If only Tone
So it was just
here,
only
could've
one scene
repaired
and
it just
everything
like the Holy
else
Liar.
is just talking
It might
till
be
the
in a few
end.
more pieces than you remember.
Huh? I see. Sounds like it was an urgent situation. If someone's life was on the line, then you had no choice. Still, Sitlale's going to be a nightmare to deal with now that you've broken her stuff. I'll explain everything
And
to her
all
later.
of that XP is
Stay safe out there in the Night
converted
Kingdom, okay?
into Mora.
I'll wait here for your safe
And by
return.
converting into Mora, I mean too little Mora. And yeah, not really getting anything from that. I don't have unlocked this teleport, which is absolutely terrible. Well, let's go and unlock it. And bam! Yeah, by the way, we will get 500 Primogems for finishing this while we are still in the 5.0, right? Oh, I'm going to the Night Kingdom now. Okay. Still having more wishes than Primogems. Kinda funny to see it.
We're back! We found Kachina's ancient name, too!
What happened at the stadium?
Well, it's fairly complicated. Let me give you the condensed version.
The Fatui again? We can't go anywhere without them causing trouble.
But what if the Fatui finds out you've
World
lost your
Quest
power?
is absolutely trash.
Won't they try to take advantage of the situation?
Well,
That's why it has to be
90%
our
of
little
the world
secret.
quests are
No one else can
absolute
know,
trash.
or we're asking for trouble. Look, I wish I could offer you some sort of consolation, but
Are we going
I
to
won't lie
learn
With
anything
multiple factions
useful
closing in, there's
in all
nothing
of this
comforting about the
talking,
situation
or
we're facing.
we are not?
Still, all you need to do is focus on your goal. You can leave the complicated matters to me.
I can also step in on the Pyro Archon's behalf. There's a limit to what I can accomplish, but I'll help you however I can.
There's no need to be so modest, Yan-san. Your incredible strength has long been a well-known fact. You're the pride of your tribe.
Archon, I'm sorry about before. You have so much on your plate, so much that you have to worry about. But all I could do was focus on my own feelings.
You have nothing to be sorry about. We all get overwhelmed by our emotions, myself included. Your reaction to Kachina's disappearance, I understand that feeling very well. Well, now that we have Kachina's ancient name, let's go track her
family?
down. Follow me.
Why am I going to get introduced first time in 4 years to the family of the Archon? I'm only interested in the Pyro Dragon, so I don't really care about anything else.
Place? Hey, isn't that Atea's talisman?
Good eye. This is where I store all the various mementos I've collected.
Whoa. I've never seen this place before. There's so many things in here.
It looks like there are items
they
from
are
every
dead
tribe.
already, so I'm not
Collecting them must
really
have taken a
going
lot of
to
effort.
be
I
introduced.
suppose you could think of it as a hobby of sorts. In Natlan, everyone grows up listening to the stories of heroes, and physical items do a far better job of preserving those stories than our own memory. Now, I still have some preparations to make for the ceremony, so feel free to take a look around in the meantime. If you're curious about an item,
so that's maybe
I'm
the
more
thing
than
that
willing to tell
Capitano
you
was
about its
talking
origins.
about, the her family. Ooh. Examine the mementos within.
Whoa, that belt is bigger than Paimon's head!
The Collective of Plenty are
Ooh.
known for their bodybuilding competitions and contests
That's
of
amazing.
strength. This belt is a
That's
symbol
amazing
of great
fact.
honor within the tribe. The association with strength might also have been the reason the original belt was extremely heavy. It was difficult for even 2 people to lift. And even if a warrior had the strength to put it on, wearing it for any length of time would still leave them gasping for breath.
Sounds like it.
So the owner of the original belt, Kitera, commissioned a craftsman to make a copy identical in appearance but far lighter in weight. That is the belt you see before you. He would often wear this version when training in order to protect his waist.
Or he made a lighter version so he could wear it all the time and show it off.
Okay, next one. What is this?
There are so many jars and potions around here. Do they have anything to do with alchemy?
No, those belong to the Masters of the Nightwind. They're ceremonial tools used to amplify the ability to communicate with the Night Kingdom and the Wyab. Yamaya is an expert in this field, and she taught me a lot. Even though she appears stoic and serious, she actually has a keen sense of humor. The tools you see here are quite traditional. Her students found them outdated, so she passed them on to me. The contents of the jars aren't all that special. Oh, except the big jar in the middle. That's what she really wanted to give me.
Ooh, must be something really cool. What's inside?
Grape juice.
Huh?
It's quite tasty, although probably expired by now.
I thought that there was something more serious. Let's leave weapon for the last one. Nothing here. Fishing equipment.
Hey, there's a fishing rod here.
Why?
It must have belonged to the people of the springs.
That's right. It belongs to a legendary fisherman named Matavaru. I have his entire set of fishing equipment, actually. He and I met in a tavern. He told me about a particular kind of giant fish and his meticulous plan to catch it. In his eyes, I saw a hunger and a strong fighting spirit. To him, the sea was the battlefield upon which he staked his honor.
So, did he do it?
The next time I saw him, he was covered in scars. It turned out the fish he sought had been corroded by the abyss. He managed to kill the fish,
whole region of
sustained
Natlan
a
is
serious
corroded
injury
by
in the
abyss.
process, which meant he could never go deep-sea fishing again. Can a fisherman claim victory if he fails to bring back his catch?
Is it just that bad?
That's what he asked me in the end.
Well, Paimon thinks he won.
Yeah,
That was my
fisherman
answer
becoming
as
a
well.
legendary, whatever
The
legendary
experience
he
was
is.
far more valuable than the prize
But
itself.
come on, dude.
In the end, he didn't want his tools to go to waste, so he gave them to me.
Wait, that means you also know how to fish.
No.
Maybe we can go head-to-head sometime.
Oh no. Okay,
This is Atea's talisman.
I'm sure you're familiar with this one already. Atea was rarely ever without it. The talisman brought her a lot of luck in battle.
Whoa, this weapon is huge! Which tribe did it belong to?
Ah, that weapon belonged to Tenoch, a hero from 500 years ago. Strictly speaking, he didn't belong to any single tribe. That's because even before the disaster with the Abyss broke out, he had already been exiled.
Oh.
Exiled?
It was a punishment imposed out of necessity, but he accepted it all the same. He believed it was what he deserved. When the Abyss attacked, the tribes found themselves in urgent need of a powerful figure to lead them into the battle, and there was no one more courageous or resolute than him. He united the 6 tribes and accomplished great feats throughout the war. Ultimately, he perished, and because he had already lost his ancient name, the Ode of Resurrection was unable to bring him back. And so, he was laid to rest, alongside the countless warriors and civilians who lost their lives, buried in the soil of his native land.
Wow, he sounds like a true hero.
Indeed, even now his story is told throughout the land.
Okay, and the last thing, let's talk with you.
The powder still needs some time to settle.
This is probably the
So
last
let's wait a
thing
little
when
longer.
we bring back Archon,
Well,
that's it. And
what
yes,
do you think of my collection?
the
Do you feel
best
like you
way
have a better
to catch
understanding
fish
of
is
Natlan's
to
culture now?
Yeah.
set
each item
Paimon
represents
flying
a different
into the
story.
water.
Seems
Yes,
like Natlan's
Naruto.
really been through a lot.
That's the best idea from the whole day that I heard.
Does every item hold a special memory, just like Atea's talisman?
That's right. The items in my collection actually serve a similar purpose to the ancient names passed down among the tribes. They demonstrate the true shape of time.
The shape of time?
Most people perceive time as a linear concept, almost like a straight line that can only move forward. We cannot change the past or predict the future. But there's also a different theory, one that I believe to be closer to the truth. Namely, that the past, present, and future all exist at once.
At once? Paimon's not sure she understands.
Let's say your journey ended right now. Thinking back on your experience in each nation, which one would you say was the most important?
I'd have to say all of them.
Exactly. Even at the end of your journey, the things you experienced along the way don't cease to exist. They become part of who you are. Take out a portion of that journey, and you would likely make very different decisions, and eventually arrive at a very different destination. The future is the same way. It exists even though it has yet to come to pass. We just lack the means to perceive it. Of course, there are those with the power to foresee the future. They simply call it by a different name. Fate. You're quite familiar with that concept, I would imagine.
That does kinda make sense. The future hasn't happened, but already exists.
Humanity excels at living in the present.
Well,
But too often
Zhongli is
we
my
forget
favorite
the
character,
past
so I
and
guess
neglect
that
the
I would
future.
go with that one as well. I will change the story of Teyvat. So ancient names record the past. Okay.
While the pilgrimage and the Night Warden Wars lead us to a better future. Only by uniting the people of Natlan across countless eras can we fight back against an enemy as formidable as the Abyss. To come up with such a set of rules, the first Pyro Archon must have possessed a level of insight I can only imagine.
So the first Pyro Archon created the rules of Natlan.
That's correct. At first, he was a mortal man with no special power. After he ascended to the Divine Throne, he used it to borrow power from the heavens and establish the rules of Natlan. Namely, a framework through which ordinary people can ascend to Archonhood. By holding the pilgrimage, we're able to determine the strongest among us. And when that person ascends to the Divine Throne, their inner flame will awaken. In addition, the sacred flame will grant them significant knowledge and memory of this land.
And I guess
After
that's
all,
the way
that's
how
I
we
came
get
to know
the
everything I just told you.
Pyro.
So it all comes down to the power of the Divine Throne and the rules.
Element.
Wait, is that a family portrait?
And we will be able to use
Yes. That's my
Some
mother, father, younger sister,
similar,
and the
I
little
guess,
saurians
similar
we
skills
raised.
with the
I turned a piece of my dad's
Moika.
leather armor into a canvas and commissioned a famous artist to paint our likeness.
Your sister is so cute! It looks like the two of you are really close. Paimon was having a hard time thinking of an Archon as an ordinary person, but seeing this portrait,
Come on,
it kinda makes
Takato,
sense
for
now.
real.
It really doesn't look like there was anything special about you before. Oh, wait, is Paimon allowed to say that?
A little late for that question, don't you think?
Sorry! Paimon's so sorry! Paimon's mouth works faster than her brain sometimes!
It's alright. I'd never get upset over something like that.
Takato, that's
No
crazy.
matter what others may say,
But I do agree
my
with
past
that.
is a precious part of my identity. I'm forever proud of the life I used to lead. Becoming the Archon doesn't mean you sever ties with your family. The position just comes with a lot of responsibilities, so it impacts how often you get to see them. My father made the most delicious stew, so my sister would often bring me a large pot of his cooking, and we would sit on a blanket and eat it together. One time, we didn't close the door securely, and the saurians you were raising ran into the room and knocked over the entire pot. My sister immediately burst into tears. The two troublemakers were going for the meat, but when they saw my sister's distress, they froze on the spot. I still remember the way they laid there, sulking like a pair of children, even after making such a mess. It was frustrating, but in the end, all I could do was comfort my sister and move on.
Wow.
I was here all the time, so I was listening, don't worry. You forgave them just like that?
Isn't that what being a family is all about? I think about that story a lot, actually. As the Archon, I made a vow to defend this nation, and experiences like that, they remind me exactly what I'm trying to protect.
Well, what happened after that? This portrait looks pretty old. Your sister must be all grown up by now, right?
I believe she ended up working as an architect and artist. She built many houses and crafted many beautiful works of art. Anyway, that's enough about me. Now that the powder is settled, we can begin. Ian-san, Mulani, Chaska, over here, please. Place the ancient name up there, and then we'll begin.
Let's go. Kachina, come back to us.
Surely as the echoes of life resound through heaven and earth, so too shall our stories remain eternal. Ancient name, take us to your fated bearer. Allow her to answer our call.
Am I hallucinating again?
Kachina, are you okay?
Huh? I'm not seeing things, am I? Is the Abyss playing tricks on me again?
It's okay,
No.
Kachina. It's just us. We're trying to find a way to bring you back.
Everyone, you have to listen to me. I've been investigating the Night Kingdom this entire time, and I figured out what's wrong. The Wyab is being affected by the Abyss. I was waiting for the Wyab to send me back, but then this really strong monster came in and it almost killed me. The Wyab saved me, even though its power is weakening, so I've been hiding from the monsters while trying to find a way to help. The Night Kingdom has become a huge mess, though. I keep hearing these awful sounds and seeing really horrible things.
Don't listen to those sounds, Kachina. The Abyss is trying to strip you of your sanity. All you need to do is stay safe and wait for us. We'll be there
The last
shortly.
one I watched was Kengan Association something.
To talk to you guys. You don't
But
need to worry
nothing
about
new
me.
after that.
I've never been strong or special at all, really. So I don't blame anyone for forgetting about me or leaving me behind. Just knowing you care is more than enough. I'll find a way back. You don't have to put yourselves in danger to come rescue me.
We have.
You're always like this, Kachina. Now's not the time to act tough. We're coming for you, and that's final. I don't know what lies the Abyss has been feeding you, but I'll tell you something right now. Nobody here sees you as a burden. You're a victor of the Night Warden Wars, a hero of Natlan. All you need to do is wait for us to rescue you, and you'll get all the applause and recognition you deserve.
I'm really scared. Everything's so dark and creepy here. And I want to go home.
We will bring you back.
Still, I don't want you to put yourselves in danger because of me. I don't want to hold anyone back ever again.
all you need to do is place your trust in us, just like you always have. No one fights alone. We're not leaving you behind. Not ever.
Yeah, we're so close. We can't call it quits now.
Looks like we've lost contact. Now comes the most dangerous part. You have to traverse the Night Kingdom in your physical form. This entrance to the Night Kingdom was left behind after an abyssal invasion. Even a brief amount of time inside could expose you to corrosion.
I know. I'm prepared for that possibility.
All right, then I wish you all the best. I'll tell Koichi to be ready just in case. She's very experienced in dealing with abyssal corruption. That face you just made. Don't tell me you two got into another argument.
No, I just feel bad for creating more work for her.
I'll go with them too, Archon. The more people, the stronger the party.
Thank you so much for your help, everyone. It really means a lot that you're willing to brave these dangers with me. And there's no time to lose, so let's get going.
Now that I've lost my power, I won't be able to provide much practical support. But I can still keep an eye on the situation from here. Eon-san, I know it's unlikely, but if you encounter a situation you can't handle...
That won't happen.
I hope not.
Not even going to get some kind of advice. Oh, come on. Is this the last thing from the story? We are going to bring back the Kachina and then they will talk a little bit and that's it. Correct? Correct. So we are left with, let's say, half an hour of the story and everything, I guess. Start it, and yeah, we don't need anyone else. We have Arlecchino and we have Nubilet. Welcome, Akio. Thank you, Akio. Let's see this one out. I expect one more good scene. If we don't get one good scene, then this quest is not that
So we're
great
underneath
as it
Natlan
should
right now?
be or
It
should
looks
have
nothing like
been.
Paimon was imagining.
So
That's because in the distant past,
I'm going
Natlan
to
was
end
home
up
to an
being a little
incredibly
bit
advanced civilization
disappointed
ruled by
if we don't
dragons.
have some kind
Humans
of
only
cool
established their own society after
last
the fall of the
scene
dragons.
of saving
So these
Kachina.
are Saurian ruins?
Or some kind of fight when we come back. I don't know, whatever. I don't think she's talking about the Saurians. I think she means actual dragons. And I hope that we will have the Pyro dragon.
Wait, you mean like the elemental
I will
sovereigns?
get one good scene.
They had their
Oh
own
yeah.
advanced civilization?
Yes, a really long time ago. Very few records have survived until
it
now,
is
so no
possible
one
that he
really
was,
knows what
yeah.
the devices here are for. These
But
ruins have been abandoned for a
some
long
people
time.
don't like
But with
commenting,
the
yeah.
recent increase in abyss
Although
activity,
I
the
do
installations
like when
around
you
here have
talk
somehow been
in a
activated
chat
again.
So what you're saying
and
is,
ask me anything.
we're not in for an easy trip to the Night Kingdom.
It brings some kind of
No.
dynamic into
It's
the
going to be
stream.
obstacle
So
after obstacle from here on out.
if you can, then yeah, leave comments all the time. Just what I wanted to hear. Whatever, I didn't even pay attention.
It's the pre-adventure excitement kicking in, right, guys?
Yup.
Of course. I'm eager to get started.
Oh yeah, adventurers live for moments like
Then
these.
let's go. We won't let anything stand in our way.
Short but good scene. Okay. If it is good, then I don't really care if it is too short. Although
Seems like the road ends here. How should we get across?
I don't really like when it is too short. But hey.
As a professional trainer, I think you could stand to build up your endurance, Paimon.
Professional trainer? Paimon thought you were a warrior from the Collective of Planning.
Well, that goes without saying.
okay.
But I actually work as a sports coach. I provide professional guidance for many of Natlan's popular sports. And I don't just mean physical training. I design nutrition plans as well.
Ah, so basically no sugar, no soft drinks, no grilled meat.
Yeah, we'll be here all day if you list them out one by one. It's much faster to just focus on what's good for you.
Such as?
Vegetable juice. Want some?
You know, Ian-san, Paimon feels like the two of us might not see eye to eye.
Did I really just pass it like this? And how do I now continue? I can't get on the rope. And what now? Yeah, but it's not going to save me. Oh. Let's say I did know that that's going to happen.
Those guys look familiar.
We've fought them before. Let's go. Show no mercy.
Show no mercy. And bam! Bam! Bam!
Let the mighty be humbled.
Yeah. Genshin camera angles. Okay, this is the first time that I'm using this one. So it's not really that I know what I'm doing.
Whoa, the place we need to go seems really high up.
And I couldn't do... Why didn't he allow me to do the plunge attack?
Bow your head.
Start it! Interesting. I like the way that they implement these kind of camera angles, which in the end show you what you need to do, where you're going and everything else. From, you know, afar, not that they make everything from this point of angle, which is kind of a little bit too close.
The times beckon.
I go outside of that shield. Okay, whatever. Okay, the sound effects, not really that good. And
This is the final stretch. We just need to climb up, and we'll be there. Nothing to it.
Easy for you to say.
Paimon, you're flying. What can be hard about going upwards for you? Why does it need to sound so stupid sometimes? Okay, we came
This
to
must be
the
entrance
place,
Pyro
correct?
Archon told us about. The one ripped open by the abyss.
Yes. There's something in the depths of this place that feels familiar, yet also foreign.
We actually have to go in there?
Yes.
Okay, Paimon just needs to psych herself up. Don't push her through before she's ready.
We need healer. Well, we have Levelet. He's going to heal himself. It's going to be fine.
Hey! You don't have to drag Paimon! You're pulling too hard!
Looks like we made it. This is the Night Kingdom.
Nice.
It looks so different from what I imagined in the stories.
There's abyssal energy everywhere.
That overflow of energy is probably what trapped Kachina here in the first place.
From this point forward, everything we know about the real world no longer applies. Anything can happen here.
Paimon's more worried about how we're gonna make it out. We obviously can't go back the way we came.
Do you see that patch of light on the ground? It's shining down from that fissure in the sky.
Oh yeah, right in front of us. So that's coming from up there? Oh, it's so high up. Did we really fall that far down?
Just like I said, our real-world knowledge doesn't apply here. We fell all this way, yet came out completely unscathed. If this was the real world, we'd have to climb our way back up to the entrance. But here, all we have to do is stand underneath the light and offer a prayer.
That's it?
Don't try to run away.
You really think that little of Paimon? That's not even why Paimon asked.
So that means all we need to do is find Kachina and bring her to this location.
Exactly. This light is streaming in from the real world. It's a link between the two realms.
The terrain looks difficult to navigate, and the visibility's not great either. How are we supposed to find Kachina in these conditions?
Yeah, these floating black things
I will
don't
try
look
to
super
stay outside
friendly
of the
either.
shield.
Those are all manifestations of abyssal power. Be careful.
Ghost! Attacking ghost!
Haha.
Calm down. I'm here to help. You're the ones who helped Vichama, right?
Yes. Wait, does that mean you are Maldo?
Yes.
Malco?
Vichama's
Malco?
friend,
Okay.
Malco. I was completely lost to this realm until I sensed a mysterious power calling out to me. It's like it was seeking me out, attempting to reassemble the pieces of who I used to be. Of course, it could only do so much. I'm sorry I can only appear before you in this imperfect form.
No, we should be the ones apologizing. If the Spirit Speaker Stone hadn't become corrupted by the Abyss, we could have done much more, but we had to destroy it. Otherwise, Vichama and his tribe would have been in danger.
Of course. Thank you for protecting him. I never imagined that, even after all these years, he'd still take such a risk for me. Under the power of the stone, it felt like our souls were connected. Turns out even our regrets were exactly the same.
She's on
Whether
the
in
different
triumph
level,
or
yes.
death, you want your best friend by your side.
Exactly. That may not be in the cards for us, but it's not too late for you. You're looking for a young girl from the Children of Echoes, right? She's being chased by an embodiment of abyssal power. I'd like to help her while I'm still in this form, so follow me. Be careful. This place has been severely corroded by the Abyss.
We can see.
Paimon didn't realize it had gotten this bad.
It's like a seething volcano ready to engulf our world at any moment.
Ouch!
Quick, get back here! Stick close to me. My power will be able to ward off attacks for the time being.
Okay, not really that possible to stay outside.
Let's try another route. This way.
They are actually taking too much HP from me. Come on. Why would you give me some kind of stupid note like that? Do I have anything else that is worthless like this? Okay. Yeah, 7.5K.
Not good. More monsters.
We shouldn't waste our time on them.
We are not wasting any time. Look just how fast did we take them down. Come on. Oh, where did you... You turned just like that. Okay. Door of Resurrection activated.
Oh, Paimon can't see anything!
It's easy to get lost here. Just stick close.
Is the scene coming up?
Did you hear that?
Okay, I thought it's going to be a little bit longer or something more special.
Never mind.
But hey.
It was probably just my imagination.
Don't scare Paimon like that!
I heard it too. It was a voice from the abyss.
What did it say?
Doesn't matter. It certainly doesn't harbor good intentions.
Paimon just heard it too! Let's keep going. Paimon wants to get out of this place!
Talk to Kachina? What's happening?
We're here, Kachina.
Oh, honey, you made it!
Looks like our reunion will have to wait until we take care of these monsters.
Good
Oh.
idea. Let's go!
Overrule.
Settle down.
Let's be a little bit more serious and let's use the real characters to take these guys down.
Thank you so much. That monster can appear from anywhere. It almost caught me a bunch of times. The YF's power helps
Abyss
keep me
being
hidden,
ghosts.
so I just tried to stay out of sight until you got here.
Not really.
Had a girl. You did so well. And most importantly, you weren't hurt.
Should we start heading back then?
Yeah.
Actually, I have a request. Will you come visit the YF with me?
Okay.
I can't exactly put it into words, but something's wrong with the Ode of Resurrection. And I know it has something to do with the contamination from the Abyss.
That was the Pyro Archon's theory as well.
Yeah, Novelette is too
Everything
much for
we've
this
seen
place.
here certainly seems to back it up.
Definitely.
In the Night Kingdom, there are 6 main totem poles representing the Wyab of each tribe. You can think of them like the body of each Wyab. Additional totem poles, like the ones around here, serve as proxies to which the Wyab can extend their consciousness. There are countless proxies scattered around the Night Kingdom. Through them, the Wyab can extend their consciousness over the entire realm and track down souls no matter where they roam. But if a proxy were to become severely contaminated, then a soul could become
the land of
lost within the Night
souls.
Kingdom.
Judging by the current situation, I don't think we're dealing with just one contaminated proxy. Even if we could drive back the abyssal power from one of them, that probably wouldn't even put a dent in the problem.
Still,
real.
Maybe I find my soulmate here. What do you think?
It's protected me this whole time.
Saving one is better than saving none at all. I almost
agree.
said no one at all.
We might even manage
This is
to
almost
draw
the
out the
same,
monster
but
that's been hunting Kachina. Getting rid of the monster might slow down the deterioration of the Night Kingdom.
Kachina? What's wrong?
Nothing. Just a headache. And that voice again, telling me to abandon the Wayab and leave this place.
Maybe we really should leave. Kachina's already been here for too long.
No, I'm fine. I don't plan on listening to that nonsense. I can hold on.
Where's the totem pole?
Just up ahead. I'll lead the way. Besides, I can still fight, so please, help me out a little longer.
Listen to me, Kachina. We'll come with you, but that's because we want to help the Wayab, not because we have something to prove. You don't have anything to prove either. It's okay if you reach your limit.
Are you sure that
We'll
I'm
be
going
there for you.
to only get Ghost?
All right. The sooner we get this done, the better.
We've already come all this way, so we might as well try to get to the bottom of this.
Let's go. This way.
I'll stay here and try to stall the Abyss monster.
All by yourself? That's too dangerous.
It's all right. I may not be as strong as that monster, but I'm definitely more familiar with the area. Besides, I don't have much time left. If you're anything like my friend, I'm sure you're not particularly fond of goodbyes. So go. Achieve your goal, and return to the world where you belong.
Thank you for everything.
You're a true hero.
Thank you. No one fights alone.
Reunion!
Does your head still hurt? Let me help you walk.
I'm fine. You should know I'm made of stronger stuff than that.
And the real fight begins.
Wayab? Wayab! I'm back! My friends and I are here to heal you. Wayab? Can you hear me? Wayab?
So we were right. The contamination is already too severe. It's preventing the Wayab from answering our calls. Alright, get ready everyone. Time to purge the abyssal energy from this place.
I'll help too, or I'm the only one who can help.
We've got company.
Oh,
already?
This is going to be too easy because I have never let.
Think that puny soul could slow me down? Courage in the face of futility is pure folly.
Don't be ridiculous.
He tried to get in my way, so I disposed of him.
You killed Malcolm?
He would have dispersed with or without me, rather than worrying about
Yeah,
him.
it's more like the underground.
You may have defeated others of my kind
Just
in
like
the past,
hell.
but underestimate me now, and it will be to your peril.
Are you the one behind all of this? I'm getting bored by your talk.
The power of the Abyss is intoxicating. The destruction it seeks captivates like a masterful work of art. I strive only for the opportunity to see it up close.
Yeah, true, Takato, true.
I thought this naive little girl was an exception, but it turns out humanity
Yeah,
is
it
full of
looks
lambs
just
willing to
like they are
offer themselves up
explaining
to
the
slaughter. That is the tragedy of your short lives.
heaven and
You
hell
understand
and
nothing of all
the land.
encompassing power. Ancient names, pride, friendship, all empty ideas invented to give you a false sense of self-worth. They possess no
Yeah,
power
she said
at
something
all.
like that.
The Pyro Archon created those grandiose ideals out of pure selfishness. Anything to avoid sharing power. Anything to avoid handing over the primordial gift to ordinary people like you. Don't believe me? Then ask yourself, why is the Pyro Archon strong beyond measure, while you, Kachina, remain so pathetically weak?
Tekemään.
Kachina, give me your hand. Feel that?
Yeah, we will
I'm right here next to
definitely
you.
have all the answers
Alani.
we need in
You're right.
Snezhnaya.
I have nothing to fear. Because I'm not alone anymore.
You're right. Maybe comforting ideals don't have any power. But you also couldn't be more wrong. You've never had to work for your own strength, so you will never understand the true source of our power.
What?
The courage we have to stand before you and not back down? It comes from our friendship. The power lies not in the ideal itself, but in our commitment to upholding that ideal, and in our decision to stand together and fight!
Well said!
Let's go, Kachina. It shouldn't take more than 2 of us to handle an enemy like this.
Sorry in advance, but you deserve what's coming to you!
There aren't many in Natlan who can beat us when we're together. It's time he got a taste of that kind of power.
Let's go! Oh no. I'm really going to use only 2 of them.
Amazing! Check this out! Best of luck! Right here! Carving waves! Surf's up! Surf's up!
Ended up being too easy.
We actually won!
Turns out he wasn't any stronger than the ones we fought in the past. Well, he was
That's
much
what he gets
weaker
for
actually.
underestimating you 2. Fantastic work, Kachina! Absolutely
30
fantastic!
minutes ago.
This makes me so unbelievably happy.
I'm happy too, Mualani. Together we really are unstoppable!
Huh? What's happening? My ancient name is glowing? But I thought I didn't bring it with me.
It's probably a projection from the real world. But that doesn't explain why it's glowing all of a sudden.
Wait, does that mean you're...
That was a bold move. Diving headfirst into the fire to save your friend, especially in a place so overrun with abyssal corruption. Still, seeing you pull it off was really something. Everything you said was exactly right. As isolated individuals, we stand no chance against the power of the Abyss. It took years' worth of scars and lots of unnecessary suffering for me to understand that for myself. The Pyro
Stream
Archon's
is almost
plan
over,
will
so
unite us as one.
you will have time
Everyone
for dinner now.
has a part to play. Only then will we have the power to defeat the strongest of foes.
Who are you?
Tupac, a warrior from the people of the Springs. I fought against the Abyss during the invasion 500 years ago.
I've heard that name before. You were the giant who saved all of Natlan.
Since you were able to awaken my words from your ancient name, that means you have fully embodied the aspirations of the Wayab. Under the name Umoja, you shall unite the tribes and save Natlan from its impending doom.
Me?
As long as blood still runs through your veins, even the tiniest spark of steel against stone can ignite a flame.
Yes, he does vaporize,
For Natlan.
but he's actually putting
Even
too
amid
much
everlasting
hydro,
darkness,
so
our bonds
it's a little bit
remain
harder to, you know, vaporize. Freezing is just too easy. Electrocharged is fine. With Dendro it's okay as well, but vaporizing is just honestly hard.
What's wrong, Milani? Ah, so many memories. My brain was just flooded with everything he once knew. So that's what happened.
Yes, Natlan has great
Did you just
music.
figure something out?
I mean,
500
until
years ago,
now, what we
they
heard
foresaw the very
in
crisis we're
these
facing
two
now.
Archon quests. So.
Efforts to save Natlan started all the way back then.
We can go over the details once we get back. We shouldn't linger here longer than we have to.
Does that mean you already know about this whole thing?
I know bits and pieces, but I had no idea Mualani was also part of the plan.
This sounds like something that's going to need a lot of explaining. Let's focus on saving the Wyatt first.
That's well said.
Okay, that should be enough. Wyatt, can you hear me?
I hear your voice, Kachina, my dear child.
Great. Well then, I'm afraid it's time to say goodbye. I just wanted to make sure you were okay before we leave, but we can't afford to stay here any longer. I was going to ask why you bestowed an ancient name upon someone like me, but it's okay. I'll keep searching within myself for the answer. I'll never stop trying to improve my strength. One day, I'll live up to the hero you saw in me.
You are already an outstanding child in my eyes, Kachina. No matter what happens.
Huh?
You are all my most beloved children. It has always been my honor to protect and nurture you.
I mean, the Velet is also
Your
good
ancient
for the
name
single
is
target.
just that.
He just
A
has
name.
the capability
Much like your parents
of
chose to
taking
name you,
multiple
Kachina,
targets
I
at the
also
same
gave you a
time.
name, but it need
Because
not define
if you take a look at his damage,
Focus on who
he
you
can
want to
do, let's say,
are already
half a
worthy of
million
your
damage each
Now,
8 seconds.
need
Not
only
at 8
devote
seconds.
yourself to
Each
becoming
3
a
seconds he can
better
do
you.
half a million damage with
The
even
story
bad
of your
build. So
ancient name is for you to
you know.
continue. Just like your parents, my love
I don't
for
think
you
that he is
will
bad.
never change. No matter what the future holds.
And the only better thing when it comes to Mualani is that she can vaporize easily.
It gladdens me
And as
to
I
see
said,
the Pyro
with the
Archon's plan move another
Neverlet,
step
it's
towards
hard, but you
completion.
can fully go and
But it is
boost just
time for
hydro
you
damage.
to leave this place.
So it's fine.
The situation here is getting worse. Go now, my children. Save Natlan on behalf of all you hold dear.
I know we've never met before, Wyatt, but I just wanted to say thank you for encouraging Kachina. It was exactly what she needed to hear.
Whoa! What's going on? An earthquake?
We're out of time.
Let's go.
It's the power of the abyss. Quick, we need to run.
It's a Sealy! The Sealy opened the way for us!
Nice, as always. Silly always saving us and guiding us. Much better than Paimon, definitely. Scene incoming.
The opening in the sky! It's closing!
We need to hurry, or we'll be stuck here!
Give me more stamina. Almost got stuck.
Watch out for the falling rocks! Quick, through the middle!
And here we are.
Come on, faster!
We'll never make it!
Come on! Just like that.
You've done well. Now come home.
Dude! She destroyed the complete opening, the whole cave. Come on! She destroyed the whole cave. Are we now going to have it in the
Pyro
overworld?
Archon saved us.
Like the whole cave and the possibility to come back down, to that place. Is that going to be an option, or is it going to be like, you know, you can't enter it or whatever? How did she regain her strength?
Yeah, didn't she say she used it all up?
She's still in the speaker's chamber. What we saw in the Night Kingdom was just her consciousness.
So you're saying her consciousness did all that?
Every great display of power comes at a price. You must feel terrible, Kachina. Just hold on. We'll get you to a doctor soon.
Well,
Let's
it's
get back to
near
the stadium.
arena. We are
The Pyro
standing
Archon
in
said she'd have
front
a
of
doctor
it.
waiting for us.
I recommend getting a full checkup, just to make sure no damage gets left behind.
Paimon feels okay. What about you, Traveler?
I'm fine.
Right. You always seem to do pretty well against the Abyss.
Let's get going. We need to share what we learned in the Night Kingdom as well.
Right. The Wyatt mentioned something about the Pyro Archon's plan. What is it exactly?
I'll let her explain everything. We're all a part of the plan now. Every move we make from here on out will decide Natlan's ultimate fate.
And now we need to talk, and that's it then from this quest. Correct? Correct. But how long is this going to be?
Huh. There's a lot less stuff here than before.
It's good to see you all here in one piece. I know you must have a lot of questions, but let Koichi check you over first. It's best not to let any lingering effects of the Abyss go untreated.
Thank goodness you made it back. I came here as soon as the Pyro Archon told me about your plan. Take a seat, everybody. I'll examine you one by one. All right, that should do it for now. But just to be safe, I'll perform another checkup in a couple of days. I have to say, though, I've never seen anyone react to the Abyss like you, Traveler. It's like you're completely immune to its power.
He always has been special like that. He can even purify its power. Wait, now that you mention it, Paimon doesn't think she's affected either.
We don't know why, though.
Given the current situation, that ability will likely play a great role in the events to come.
Of course. I still have patients to see, so I'll head out.
Thank you, Koichi.
All right, all right. We might not see eye to eye, but we both had good intentions. Just give it time. I'm sure we'll figure things out between us one day.
Yeah.
One day.
All right. There's so much to discuss, I don't even know where to begin. You've seen it for yourselves now. The devastation in the Night Kingdom. I'll get straight to the point. Natlan is on the verge of destruction. It's very possible our nation has less than a year before total devastation.
Huh? No. That can't be true, can it?
Less than a year?
That's right. But I've only ever disclosed that fact to the handful of people working with me to save this nation. Our looming destruction is not a recent development, but the inevitable conclusion of the disaster the Abyss initiated 500 years ago.
Muruwani told us a little bit about that.
500 years ago, all the nations of Teyvat were invaded by the Abyss. Unlike the other nations, Natlan never had stable and deep-rooted ley lines, so we suffered the worst of the invasion. The battle against the Abyss was exceedingly long and brutal. In the end, victory came at the cost of our civilization and countless lives. Even then, it took centuries of solving the disasters caused by the Abyss to finally achieve the peace we know today. And still, this is but a superficial victory. The forces of the Abyss have merely been driven back underground. Their threat to Natlan remains as real as ever.
When we get to the 1K subs. Yeah.
I'd never have guessed.
The problems plaguing the Night Kingdom are all the more complicated because that realm is essentially functioning as Natlan's ley lines. Immediately after the war, our calculations estimated that we would have a maximum of 500 years before the Night Kingdom was completely lost to the Abyss. But at that time, we were a nation of the destitute. Our people no longer believed in victory, nor did they hold hope for the future. Our civilization was dying, our faith crumbling, and the line of power passed down from the Wayab nearly severed. If we didn't bring the nation back together, it would be foolish to even dream of defeating the Abyss in the future. So, the Archon had a long and involved discussion with the heroes of each tribe, and finally came up with a 500-year-long plan to save Natlan.
So that's what happened. After finding Kachina, I encountered a strange figure who gave me a series of new memories. Since the plan was mentioned in those memories, I guess I've been chosen to play an important role in it. But there's still something I don't understand. Those memories showed me the Pyro Archon from back then. And it was you.
But that doesn't make any sense. The Pyro Archon is supposed to be human. It's impossible for a human to live that long.
That's right. The hardest thing for humans to overcome has always been time. Or rather, the natural limitations of our lifespan. A god can extend a human's life by using a certain amount of divine power, or subjecting them to a curse. But, as we all know,
Which building
Natlan
game?
doesn't have gods
I think
like
we
that.
had few of them.
We can only rely on our own methods. A human life is like a flame destined to be extinguished. 500 years ago, I
If
placed
it
my
is
life
Anno
within the sacred flame.
2205, then
Only
I
by
finished
dying
it.
before my time could I have the chance to wake up again.
So, in other words, this is your second life?
That was all part of the plan, right? Yes.
We only managed to defeat
And
the
the second
Abyss all
one
those years ago
is
because the
Stranded
tribes
Alien
came
Dawn,
together as one.
and I thought
If the
about
Natlan
playing
of the
it a little
future was
bit
to have a
more.
fighting chance, The
Yeah,
Pyro
I
Archons
thought of
that came
playing it
after
a
the
little
war
bit
had to
more,
rebuild the decimated
but I
tribes. The
didn't
goal was
in
to
the end.
reunite the people
I'm still
and
planning
restore the
about
strength of
making
each tribe's
a video
Wayab.
and
Once
probably
a
one
tribe
more
was back to
stream,
its full
so
strength,
we will see,
the tribe's Wayab would select a hero, indicating the tribe was once again ready for war. The Chosen would then stand by my side in defense of our nation.
Maybe
just
before
like
we go
great
back to
heroes
the
of
Lords
old,
of the Fallen,
500
we
years ago.
make a
So
stream
that means
with the
I'm one of
Stranded
the
Alien
Chosen?
Dogma.
That's right. You bear the ancient name Umoja, the same one held by the hero from your tribe 500 years ago. It means unity. After your adventure in the Night Kingdom, I trust you've come to fully understand the meaning of that name.
So in other words, you always knew who the Wayab were going to pick from each tribe?
Yes. According to the plan, each tribe was supposed to have been fully restored by the time I awoke. But something went wrong along the way. The 6 heroes successfully inherited the ancient names from 500 years ago, but the intel regarding the plan wasn't passed on to them. Once again, it comes down to the deterioration of the Night Kingdom. Communication between the Sacred Flame and the Wayab has been blocked.
Just like how the Ode of Resurrection failed to bring Kachina
How
back.
many degrees?
Exactly. It's just another tactic the Abyss is using against us. The Abyss may not possess intelligence, but its methods certainly aren't easy to counter. If we want to unblock that information from being passed on, my presence alone isn't enough. The ancient name-bearer must establish a greater connection to their name. So, I've tried my best to help them from the sidelines. Currently, Shilonin of the Children of Echoes, Kinich of the Scions of the Canopy, and Iansan of the Collective of Plenty have all been acknowledged by their names. During your adventure, you too earned the acknowledgement of your Wayab, Mualani. In the process, you gained the memories stored within your name.
That leaves 2 people left.
But we have less than a year!
Yes, but we have no choice. We cannot start the plan until all the heroes have been gathered. That's also why I haven't been able to take action despite the urgency of the situation.
But if you knew this whole time, why didn't you just tell me about my role in all this? Wouldn't that make everything go a lot faster?
Perhaps, but the opposite could also
God,
be true.
40.
Knowing your destiny too early could mean failing to realize your full potential. Just like your determination to save Kachina, I hope your commitment to this
It's
endeavor
around
comes from your own
32 or
strength of
33
will,
during
rather
the
than a
day
sense
here.
of obligation.
So I
Probably
suppose you're not
around
going to tell us
30
who
at
the
this
final 2
point.
heroes are then.
That's right.
And it's going
Their
to fall
time
all
is
the
yet
way
to
to
come.
20
Putting
during
pressure
night,
on them beforehand will only hinder their development.
which is huge difference. But it is what it is. But what if they don't make it in time?
I can only trust in the judgment of the Wayab. I have never believed I could solve this crisis alone. In fact, it was precisely
10
because I
degrees
chose to
difference,
trust and rely on
that's huge.
others that we managed to get this far. Natlan's salvation lies not in its Archon or any singular individual, but in us all.
Does that mean you?
You're quite perceptive, aren't you? I thought I might get away with avoiding the topic.
Huh? Oh, right! All of the stuff you stored here before, where did it all go?
Even though I sacrificed my power, I still needed a contingency plan to ensure you would make it back from the Night Kingdom. After all, I was the one who allowed you to take that risk, and Mualani has an important role to play in my plan. In addition to their sentimental value, the items I stored here held a much more important purpose: fuel.
Fuel? Ah, so back then, that's why you...
Yes. The stories embodied by those items are certainly important, but there's an even more significant trait they all share. Every item belonged to a hero of Natlan. Over time, they became imbued with a certain amount of contending fire from being carried in battle. On their own, each item's power is limited, but together, their combined effect can prove quite useful in a dire situation. By burning those items, I was able to activate the contending fire stored within them to open the boundary between the 2 worlds. It was a rather crude approach, so all their power was depleted in an instant, as you can see.
But weren't they all precious treasures? What What about their stories?
That's exactly why I dragged you all here. No matter what, I never
He's
wanted
in
the
the
Pyro
Night
Archon to
Kingdom.
have to use that power. Oh, I'm so sorry.
You have nothing to be sorry for. You all deserve my thanks, actually. If you hadn't saved the totem pole, that area of the Night Kingdom would have been forever lost to the Abyss. And then, it would only be a matter of time before the Children of Echoes was met with disaster. Besides, when those heroes entrusted their belongings to me, or the Pyro Archon of their time, it was out of a desire to contribute to Natlan's survival. If they knew those items helped save the present-day heroes of Natlan, they would not mourn their loss.
Even when you put it that way, I still feel bad.
There's no need. Remember what I told you about time? The people and the events of the past are never truly lost to us. We simply carry them with us in a different form. In that sense, we didn't lose anything at all. If you still have regrets, let them fuel your resolve in the battles to come. Your deeds will become new legends and nurture new forms of power just like the items once stored here.
Well, we'd still like to return the favor.
Well, if that's the case, just treat me to a drink sometime.
Okay.
Now that Kachina has returned, we can finally hold the victory feast and celebrate your team's triumph in the Night Warden
And
Wars.
finish with this quest
We can all
once
use
and
the
for
rest,
all.
that's for sure.
After
Plus,
3 hours.
you'll be able to silence everyone who doubted you once and for all, Kachina.
But it didn't feel that long, so it was
Still,
kinda okay.
Now that I know the danger we're facing, having a victory feast doesn't feel right.
Try not to let it get to you. It's important to
Come
stay
on,
calm.
Naruto.
Worrying about it will only affect your judgment. All right. You should head out. I'll join you in a bit.
Takato, why so dramatic? "30 minutes more left. I'm leaving. I'm leaving."
When I was young, I used to sit by the hot springs and listen to the stories of warriors from all over Natlan. They attract people from all walks of life. Friends come easy here, no matter what tribe you're from. The people of the springs have never claimed the hot springs as their own private property. They are there to bring all hot spring buddies together. It's been really nice, seeing the children of my tribe get older. It's helped me gradually understand the true value of the springs. I've witnessed their energy, their determination, their absolute passion for life. Even when they cause trouble, I never managed to hold on to my anger for long. I'm certain Mualani will become a great warrior when she grows up. She possesses infinite potential. One day, when I'm no longer in fighting form, I'll come here and tell stories to all the children, just like those warriors did. So, you better get busy, Pyro Archon, or I'll end up running out of stories.
Our nation is engulfed in darkness. Our tribes stand divided, and yet you promise victory in the distant future. The Abyss is a cunning enemy, one that I faced in battle many times. Were that not the case, I would never understand exercising this degree of caution. My rage will never know absolution, then my power will no longer aid you in victory. But you came to me because you knew you could convince me with just a single sentence. I understand your choice. The heroes of today will forge the path ahead with blood and fire. Just remember to earn us the victory we are owed. Otherwise, rest assured, I'll find a way to collect the debt. For Natlan.
So, you're gonna head 500 years in the future to serve as the Pyro Archon again? But what about the you from right now? You're just gonna die?
You can't ask her those questions and expect her to answer, my dear. The decision is hers to make, and she deserves our support. We will do everything we can to rebuild the tribes. Don't you worry. Even across time, we will all do our part to fight for Natlan's future.
Yeah, Mom's right. We'll always believe in you, sis. Oh, seriously though, Dad should be here. Where is he?
I imagine he didn't know what to say, so he chose not to come at all. Don't take it to heart, my dear. That's just who he is. Just remember, no matter what happens in the future, we will always love you.
I mean, he's just too sad. Honestly. How can you not be? And even what to say.
I know I can't live that long, but I'll think of something. There has to be a way for us to meet again one day. If there's an answer out there somewhere, I'm gonna find it. So, don't forget about me.
Genshin camera angles again.
If that's your decision, then you have my full support, Archon.
May our children live to see such a lovely son.
For Natlan!
No one fights alone.
I mean, this is also just so sad, and she has
the rules are my legacy.
some traumatic
They shall grant
experience,
us the strength
not
to overcome
as
the next
Rina
tragedy.
had one, but still leaving her
War
family,
forged
friends and
6
everyone
tribes, taught us
to
how to
be
fight,
awakened
instilled in us what it means
500
to love.
years into the future, you know.
Who will
It's
be the
still
one to
traumatic
bring
and
this
everything,
to an
so
end?
however, still at the same as they were
We
from the
are the
beginning.
inheritors of memory and legend. Those who grew alongside sun and wind. Those who forged
Not really
our
that
own
I can
destiny
skip the
and
quest.
future. That
If I still
is
need to
Natlan's
smash
fire,
this space
the
button while
lifeblood
waiting for
of our
them,
nation.
it's not really that I skipped it. I still heard a bunch from the quest while trying to skip it. So yeah. Oh, I need to go down here.
Hey, Koichi! You here for the victory feast too?
Oh no, I knew Chaska would be here, so I just came to deliver some medicine. I was about to leave, actually.
No, it's not that I don't want to celebrate Kachina and the others. I'm so glad she made it back. It's just... Well, I'll make things awkward if I'm around my sister right now.
No, why would it be?
You two had a fight, so...
She didn't cause any trouble during your trip, right?
Of course not.
Yeah, she was super helpful. She gave us...
That's good. That's all I needed to know.
Is there a reason you asked? You were pretty...
You can tell us everything.
Maybe it seemed unreasonable, picking that fight with her before you left, but I did it for a reason. Her impulse to fight is extremely strong. Her mental strength helps her rein it in, but she still loses control sometimes. I had no idea what you might face in the Night Kingdom, so I didn't want to take any chances.
So what you're saying is...
You deliberately provoked her so she'd take that impulse out on you.
Okay, so maybe it sounds a little stupid, but it works pretty well.
A little bit
It
more
helps her keep her
stupid.
cool for a little while, at least. Anyway, I'm just glad you were able to make it back safe and sound. That's all I wanted.
What? Do you really have to go that far? Can't you just talk it out?
No way. Chaska never opens up about her own pain, especially to her family. She can't learn about this, or it'll be even harder to help her.
I respect your decision. Thanks for confiding in us.
I appreciate the understanding, and don't worry. I'll find a way to help her ease this burden. Anyway, I need to get going. Enjoy the celebration. Oh, and if you ever need a doctor, you know who to find.
Huh. Who would have thought there was a deeper reason behind their arguing?
They're trying to look out for each other in their own way.
In the end, it's all the Abyss's fault.
Internet kinda bad, yeah, and I'm complaining about mine.
Let's give a huge round of applause to our brave young warrior, Kachina!
Woohoo! Well done, Kachina. Thank you, everyone. I'm so glad I finally made it.
I always knew you could do it. With so much potential at your age, you have a great future ahead of you. You're one to talk. Don't think I didn't know you were the first person to abandon your team. I'll be dealing with you when we get back. I had no choice. My friend invited me.
I had
couldn't
around
just say no.
50, usually.
Oh,
That's
really?
the average.
So you weren't just trying to get ahead in the first round?
I wasn't, I swear. I just happened to find that bearer injured in the wild, so I stopped to bandage his wounds.
But that's honestly bad.
When he insisted on repaying the favor, what
In
was
the
I
time
supposed
that
to
we
do?
are living
I'm
at the
just
moment,
one person.
that's
I figured
honestly
Kachina would
bad.
have no trouble replacing me.
But the fact of the matter is that after your departure, everyone else started thinking about swapping teams too.
I'm really sorry, Kachina. It was wrong of us to abandon you like that.
It's amazing that you still made it all the way through to the Night Warden Wars. That's...
So, what about you guys? Did you make it far?
Our team captain drank too much the night before the competition and turned up late to the stadium on the day. We got disqualified.
Nice.
Serves you all right. No sympathy for me.
Alright, I'm alright. There's no need to be like that, Uncle Pakal. Dear friends, I'd like to say a few words. Firstly, I'm grateful
Come on,
to my
Naruto.
friends and our great Archon for helping to bring me back. This traveler and his companion Paimon are some of the strongest people I've ever met. If they were allowed
Except
to
you don't
participate in
count
the pilgrimage,
Paimon in that.
I have no doubt that they'd win the whole thing. They've agreed to let me learn from them. With their help, I believe I can become even stronger still. And let's not forget my good friends, Moalani, Chaska, Kanich, and Ayan-san. They all helped the Traveler and Paimon figure out a way to bring me back from the Night Kingdom. They too deserve to be called our heroes. So, please give another round of applause for them. Thank you so much.
Well said.
Yeah, something like that.
I'll drink to that.
How does it feel being a hero, Kachina?
Let's say it is 6.
To be honest, it's a bit overwhelming. It all just feels so surreal.
Well, you better get used to it. Next up, undefeated champion!
That way, I'll also become a champion coach.
Hey, please don't make fun of me.
Please, let this be the last thing that we need to do.
Ah, you're here. Have some fruit juice. I got it specially for you two.
How did you know? That's Paimon's favorite!
You look
Oh,
like you've
God.
still got questions. Ask away.
Isn't your plan a little how is this even pronounced? Convoluted? Why didn't you get the heroes of the past to join you in this age? And what does this even mean? Wait a second, what does this even mean? Whoever's always coming up with some weird why? Isn't your plan a little bit bent? I mean, I know that you will not say bent, but you know. Why does Genshin always come up with some complicated words?
Because they had their own lives to live. The thought of telling them, abandon your families and everyone you love, and come with me to the end of time, for in 500 years Natlan will be destroyed, it seemed too cruel. You could just as easily point out that everything in this world would come to an end eventually. But life is short, and beyond a point it just doesn't seem real. Imagine if I said, let's leave right now, and go save the sun because it'll flame out in a few million years. It would sound quite ridiculous. I couldn't make them shoulder that burden with me. Besides, every generation will have its heroes, this one included. The plan could still work without them. Or, of course, without me. But since I was the one who came up with the plan, I felt duty-bound to see it through to the end.
Paimon's suddenly remembering that portrait in your room. Was that your family from back then?
Yes, it was. So when you asked me who my sister grew up to be, the truth is that very little information survives. From what I've been able to piece together, I can conclude with a reasonable degree of confidence that she ended up as an architect and artist. She played an instrumental role in rebuilding the scions of the Canopy tribe, designing and building many houses. But of course, none of her buildings are around anymore. Still, it was an impressive achievement, and I'm very proud of her.
So that's the life you had to leave behind.
You feel loss keenly. It seems to stir up feelings of regret in you. But this is something I have long since come to terms with. This is a war, and there can be no war without loss. I am already far more fortunate than those who lost their lives to the Abyss. The people of Natlan look to me as their Archon, and the weight of their expectations is mine to bear. I must see our fate through to the very end, no matter what I may find there.
Come on, don't argue now in the chat. That's actually what I wanted to ask, if you're already aware of fate.
Yeah, doesn't that mean the way everything ends has already been written, including your plan?
I suppose, but so what?
Come on,
Don't forget,
Naruto.
time takes many forms. The past, present, and future coexist, and all are equally important. Even if the future ends in destruction, there's still no reason to give up on the here and now. And it's precisely because we humans cannot know our fate that we will never give up on our struggle. This is a pivotal moment. We are still 2 heroes short. Well, 3 to be precise. There's one further hero who I'm hoping to get on my side, whatever it takes.
Surely you don't mean me.
Your resistance to the corrupting power of the Abyss is truly remarkable. It would easily make you an all-important figure in the upcoming battle. If you agree to join us, you will not only gain my full support in your journey, but I will also forge a brand new ancient name for you.
Ancient names can be forged?
They can. Several strict conditions must be met, but
okay,
if they
that's
couldn't be
the way
forged
that
at all,
I'm
then
getting
the number of them in
elements.
circulation would have long dwindled to 0. Possessing an ancient name would mean that your adventures in Natlan are recorded in full. Your stories would be remembered by our people for all the years to come. The Ode of Resurrection may have temporarily lost its power, but still, take this as my personal guarantee that I shall never let you fall. Just like in the Night Kingdom, I will be there for you. That is a promise I will fulfill at all costs. This nation always honors its heroes.
You don't have to promise me anything, I just want to help out people.
Yeah, we can't just ignore the situation here.
Wonderful.
Well,
then I'll reach out to Shilonen right away. She's the one who will forge the name. We've never forged an ancient name for an Outlander before, but I trust she'll find a way.
Queen of Abyss. Finally, there we go! Act 2
My lord,
is finished.
we've received word that the Pyro Archon has lost much of her power. Although your injury complicates things, this is most certainly the opportune time to seize the Gnosis.
Victory and defeat are rules, not outcomes. I have never taken advantage of an opponent in a time of weakness, and I don't intend to start now. As for you, I must confess, I did not expect that little trick of yours to save the day.
No matter how dense the fog, as long as the sun remains, we cannot turn day into night. She could have dispelled it. She simply chose not to. You don't have much time, and you're injured on top of that. What do you plan to do next?
I'm beginning to see just how useful you may turn out to be. You heard something from here, didn't you?
Big question mark. Boom. What did he just... What was he just thinking about when he asked him that last thing? Oh, 3.5 hours. Come on. Honestly, that's too long. Nice, ×2.
I see them.
Anyways, we are done for today. We finished with the Archon quest that we have in the 5.0, and we are going to collect 500 Primogems as well.
I also see the meaning.
And we will convert not everything, but one part of it into wishes. 333. Okay, and we have 293 wishes. Although we can convert 2 more, but we are not going to because I'm buying resin every day. So yeah. Okay, whatever. Don't have question part left, I guess. I think there is not.
Oh, something else you'd like to ask?
Oh, the captain's whereabouts.
Well, our intel suggests he hasn't made any new movements yet. Although Kenich's investigation helped us confirm that he's being aided by someone from the Masters of the Nightwind. I'm getting closer to narrowing down who that may be, but it's still unclear whether this person aided the captain out of willingness or coercion. If you learn anything about this during your adventures, please let me know. Oh, something else you'd like to ask?
Elemental energy and
The Abyss is the most formidable enemy in all of Teyvat. In the beginning, it took failure and tragedy to even begin to learn how to fight back. All of the methods you've seen in other nations were developed based on experience and insight passed down over generations. We know them to work, but few of us actually understand why. It's the same for the method we use here in Natlan. Ever since ancient times, elemental energy has been one of our most reliable weapons against the Abyss. As for the principles behind it, I'm afraid you might have to seek answers from someone older than the position of Pyro Archon itself. Oh,
someone older.
Something else you'd like to ask?
About the absence of people from Natlan in other nations.
That also comes down to the long-standing effects of the Abyss. Our people's survival is inextricably tied to the Wyab, but their power has its limits. They cannot offer our people the same degree of protection outside our borders. In fact, people who do decide to leave often suffer from memory loss and emotional issues. Everyone in Natlan understands this.
But
that's why our people never leave without a good cause. Even if someone is left with no choice, the chief of their tribe must seek approval with the Wyab to grant them leave. And the Wyab have always been very strict about granting that approval, since extending protection beyond our borders means consuming power reserved for our fight against the Abyss. Still, there's no need to worry. The Wyab extend their protection to all within Natlan, including visitors from afar. Oh, something else you'd like to ask?
Now we've got everything. And there we go. Probably. And I do want to believe that they will still make the Pyro Dragon playable. And I'm going to pull for the Pyro Dragon if he or she is strong enough. It's going to be Pyro one. They were talking like that there is also the Electro Dragon in the Natlan, but in the end there is no Electro Dragon. Yaemiko is the one who is replacing that position. I don't know why. Raiden wanted Fox, she didn't want Dragon. Whatever. Anyways, that's everything for today. I will see you probably tomorrow at... I guess it's going to be much earlier than today. And we will collect... Yeah, I think that we will go for the... if I have enough time to pass few levels, but we will go for the artifacts for Nevelet and we will do Strombox. So yeah, join me tomorrow in the farming session, which I hope it's going to end up being successful, but we will have to wait and see. Anyways, thank you for joining today, for everyone, and for the new guy that subbed as well. I will see you, as I said, tomorrow in the farming session for Nevelet and probably getting few good artifacts, but we will have to wait and see what's going to happen. Bye for now, have a good night or day, whatever it is. To you two it's the night, but for someone else might be a day. Anyways, see you soon.